Welcome, everyone, to TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. I know this is not only being shown on the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man's social media, but also on the Islanders Never Say Die podcast social media. This is a twice-a-week sports podcast that happens every single Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every single Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why, might you ask, are we going live on Saturday evening covering the Stanley Cup Finals? Well, it's the Stanley Cup Finals, guys.
Why not?
We've got the Tampa Bay Lightning against the Colorado Avalanche. Grump. Colorado steals game one or early in overtime after, I would say, probably being, the less deserving team to win game one. But hey, that's all it takes. Get a game to overtime and find a way to put the puck in the net.
Yeah, well, they certainly deserve to win the first period. And I would say
game, you mean?
The first period when they went up 3-0. I thought they dominated, and it was a tough game for Tampa. I don't think Tampa came out ready to play. Too much turning the puck over. But after that, Tampa Bay settled down, and they carried the action towards the end. I will say the winner of today, Game 2, wins the Stanley Cup. I firmly believe that.
So you think if Colorado goes up 2-0, series is over?
Too much of a mountain to climb for Tampa if Colorado goes up 2-0. Yes. But I think Tampa's going to win tonight. So,
fair enough, Grump. Fair enough. Well, it's a little early before the game, but we determined we'd get here better early than late, right, Grumpy? And you're going to carry most of this because I'm having some technical issues. So, Grump, this is your time to shine, brother. I've got some tech issues. I still, as I'm sure most who are acquainted with the show would know, I was running a little late today. So I still have to do a few last-minute items to try to get everything to feed through the system well. So Grump's going to be carrying most of this here early.
Just like every other podcast, honestly. I just, like I said, I thought that Colorado came out flying in the first game. And like I said, a lot of uncharacteristic turnovers by Tampa. And I thought that Vasilevsky was poor in the first period. He settled down after that. Like I said, and here's the thing. He's had bad games before against Toronto earlier in the first round of the playoffs. He had a really, really tough time as well. That said, he's going to bounce back. I feel confident that Tampa's going to win today. And actually, I find the commentary most from Messier and Chelios in like pregame and intermission spot on whenever they talk. I mean, they are fantastic. They're not really exciting to watch, but they're breaking down of what's going to happen and how everything is playing is just, it's really, really, really good. I really enjoy them for the intelligence that they bring. Certainly not for the entertainment. That's without a doubt.
Oh, good gracious, Grumpy. My God. Yeah. Game one, I tell you, when you thought Vasilevsky did look human in the past series, he's looked fantastic. Goaltending is really what it comes down to. I don't anticipate Vasilevsky to struggle like he did in game one, the remainder of the series. This guy he's a captain freaking clutch. And anytime he's in one of those chances or anytime he's in one of those, knockout games where he can knock the other team out of the playoffs or postseason or, clinch a game for the Lightning, he just always seems to be zeroed in.
He's the best in the world. He just is. And I think Darcy Kemper is the weak spot for Colorado. And like I said, at the tail end of that game, Colorado looked a little shook in the third period. And I will say if Tampa won game one, they were winning this series as well. I just think Tampa right now is a better team overall. They know how to win. Braden Point is probably going to get better as the series goes on. It was his first game since the Florida series. Since the Toronto series. And he looked a little bit rusty early, but he started picking up late. So I expect more out of him. One thing, Nathan McKinnon has scored in every single home game that Colorado has played this year. He's had a point. That's pretty good.
Wow. That's including regular season, all right?
No. In the postseason.
Postseason. Gotcha.
Yeah. All 8 games.
I tell you. That's what do you need star players on teams to do? Got to step up in big moments, have to be able to go ahead and keep things locked down at home.
You cannot be Jason Tatum.
My God. You want to talk about a miserable performance?
I told you before that series, though, that I didn't think Tatum. He just doesn't strike me as being a clutch guy. I think he's shot 27% in the third round. In game ones this postseason, Vasilevsky's 1-on-3 with the goals against a 3.99. Games 2 through 7, 11-3, 1.90 goals against. Save percentage 884 to 939. So, like I said,
You're
you can
rattling
take
everything off, and it doesn't mean anything to me, but hopefully it means
Here's
things.
the thing. He's much better after game one. We'll just put it to you that way. Game
Okay.
one has been his worst game. And Darcy Kemper, well, got an 895 save percentage throughout the playoffs, 7-2. I just don't think much of him. And we have puck drop. And be interested to see here how Tampa Bay comes out. Are they going to be better on the puck than they were the beginning of the last game, which did them in, honestly. Physicality along the boards. Looks like they have their identity line out there to start the game. The fans are into it. You can just tell they're banging on the glass. Always fun to see stuff like that. Tampa Bay with a little bit of offensive zone time established. I tell you what, though, I like Tampa. They just know how to win. Does Colorado know how to win? We don't know yet. And again, but you're seeing here in the early going, Tampa getting a little bit, just being a little lazy with the puck. And they turn it over. I mean, it's like all you have to do is just be a little bit more forceful on the puck. Then they're just letting Colorado, just take over. I mean, little stop in the action. Looks like we're going to get a penalty. A couple of dual penalties, maybe.
Wow. Referees really gone out on the limb on that one, as usual. Anytime they can, just defer.
I mean, actually, that should have been a high stick on Colorado. No call on Nistukin. Whatever his name, Nistukin. How do you say? I'm sorry, it's a Colorado power play. Only a penalty on McDonough. Like I said, they let the high stick go or the high hook go, and that's a borderline call right there. I'm sorry. I don't like this. Like I said, I don't like the referees getting involved in the playoffs, particularly early.
Man, I'm having trouble trying to get this stream on anything ESPN wise.
It's on ESPN Plus, I believe, for you. I'm watching on ABC, the American Broadcasting Company. Cal McCarr, of course, is leading the power play. And there, Vasilevsky looks better on that first save than he did the whole first period last week.
Oh, my gosh, Rob. Okay. Let's see here.
I'll tell you what, Vasilevsky's got a cool-looking helmet, though. I tell you what, goalie helmets have.
Can we talk? You said I want to kind of talk about. Right, this is our first time kind of talking about the series. I kind of want to hear what your expectations are. Right, they win game one. I know you said, hey, if one team wins, what are your expectations? Who do you think wins the series? Right before the game starts, I'd like to kind of hear that too from you, Grump. You're able to kind of pontificate. You're able to talk about those items instead of,
Tampa Bay. I said Tampa Bay is going to. I said the winner of today's game is going to win the series. I think Tampa Bay is going to win. That's what I said. Tampa Bay is going to win the series, okay? I already said that. I already said that earlier. Just because you weren't paying attention is not my problem, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, on the power play here, Tampa Bay looks a little bit better on the penalty kill than they did in the first period last game. Vasilevsky certainly looks better. They look more composed. So far, a minute into this penalty kill, nice job by Tampa. 2 saves by Vasilevsky. Like I said, I didn't like that penalty call at all, considering they let a high stick go right on the same sequence on Colorado. Colorado's been really good at home, though. Really good. What's funny? Devon Taves is on the second power play unit, and they play with 2 defensemen, which is interesting. Most teams don't nowadays. They'll play with 1 defenseman up high, and then they'll put another forward at the blue line or a little bit deeper.
I mean, when you're that's a position of strength, though, for them. When you talk about Cale McCarr can go ahead and do a fantastic job. I mean, like, if you go across the board, those guys pretty much on any other team in the league would always be, you're the number one guy.
And there's a power play goal. They get 1 chance and they score, and it's 1-0 Colorado. then scored in the last 6 seconds of the power play. And it honestly looked like Tampa was going to kill that off. And then a nice drive to the net by, I don't even know who scored the goal, honestly. Number 13, Nichukin, okay? Really nice job by him, just flashing in there. Beautiful pass, and he just beat the defenseman to the spot. Very nice play. Very nice play. Nothing that Vasilevsky could have done on that one. But like I said, when referees get involved and they start calling a ticky-tack, when they only call penalties on one side, I'm sorry, I got a problem with that, particularly early, because then the referees are involved and they're setting a tone for the game. If you're going to call like that, call it both ways, please. And then a real ticky-tack icing call, really ticky-tack. It was close, but I'm sorry. That's let them play, fellas. Let them play. When you start learning the officials' names, that means they're not doing their job.
Unless it's Wes McCauley. It's the only one that I feel like everybody knows.
He sucks too. Like I said, if you know a referee's name, he's not doing his job. It means it's more about him than the players. You shouldn't even know any of the referees.
He just kind of exists in the sphere that is hockey.
Right.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm having the most difficult time trying to get this pulled up. Let's see here. Hopefully I'll be able to get this to work, Grumpy.
Again, more offensive zone time established by Colorado here. Like I said, it looks like Tampa's a little bit on the ropes. A couple of big saves by Vasilevsky. They look a little shook right now. And Colorado, that goal has really energized them, without a doubt.
Here you go. I'm finally getting first. I finally got my feet up and running. Oof. A little late. Who is that? Who's a little late and down low? Who's that who's late down low, Grump?
Ruta. On the goal?
Yeah.
It was Ruta.
I mean, holy shit. He's crossing right across the center of the crease, and he's stuck in no man's land, not prepped for that. He's got to do better than that.
Well, he's in the box formation. And it was
a
nice play. It was a nice play by Nichukin. Really nice play by him, flashing at the right moment, and a really beautiful pass. It was a nice play. Let's give him credit.
My God. I mean, it's like, you know what it's like right now? It's like they chum the water and the shark's in the freaking water right now. I tell you, Colorado is
I think you can wear – I think the thing with it, I think that – beautiful by Rantanen. Beautiful move. Split the defense and right in on goal. Could have called a penalty on that for interference. I think, though, what you're going to see is Tampa is going to try to wear down Colorado. It doesn't necessarily pay dividends early, but towards the end of the series, how do you stop a team that skates really well? You hit them, more physical contact. Then they don't skate as well as the series goes on. One thing that's a big loss for Colorado in the series is Nazem Kadri. He's not going to be in.
Nazem Kadri, yeah.
Nazem Kadri. He's not going to. I don't know why I can't remember his first name. He's probably going to be out for the whole series. So,
nice physical hit there on Johnson. I feel like Colorado is one of those teams too. When engaged, yeah, I was about to say, I'm well behind you. I just now saw that backhanded attempt. That was a fantastic move. He cut through the defense of Tampa like freaking Swiss cheese. Mentioning that again, Grump. And you're right there. Just
shots on goal are 4-0. Colorado at this point, obviously.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Tampa has to weather the first period. This is going to be a period that looks obviously the same way like it was in game one.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. The first period was an absolute disaster last game for Tampa Bay. Okay. And Vasilevsky was terrible. This has not been a disaster for them. They had the power play where they had 3 shots on the power play. So they've only had
Rantanen comes crashing right through, splitting the defense with a one-on-one opportunity against the netminder. We're 5 minutes into the period. Okay. Yeah. We're 5 minutes in, Grump. I don't see a complete change right now. I mean, the building is completely electrified. It would take a boneheaded mistake like a penalty and allowing Tampa to score a power play goal to take the energy and enthusiasm out in this first period. That's for certain.
Yeah, I do not doubt you. That said, Tampa Bay is not going to shrink from the occasion. Just not going to happen. So, like I said, other teams maybe yes, but not the Lightning. Just not going to happen. Too many veterans who've won multiple cups on this team. One goal in the first 5 minutes doesn't mean anything.
I'm not saying they're not going to shrink. I'm just saying, again, the first period I think is going to be dominated by Colorado. Right? Maybe I'm wrong. Here it is, Grump. They've come out playing well. They've been dominant. They've controlled the majority of the action. They've controlled the majority of the puck. They've controlled all the offensive chances. They've been a better team. I think it's as simple as that, man.
Yeah, the power play really helped them. Like I said, that which I thought was they could have easily called a high stick on the same sequence. Referee didn't call it. I mean, you got to make sure you make those calls both ways. If you're gonna give Colorado power plays all night, you might as well just go home early. But I mean, you got to be fair because he certainly got a high stick up on the defenseman, which triggered the whole sequence. Honestly,
oh my god, are you complaining about officials already?
I'm just saying I don't like officials getting involved in the games.
I'll be honest. I can't even comment. I didn't have my stream pulled up by the time the first penalty happened, so I cannot comment, Grump. But
usually watch off your phone anyway.
That's where I'm streaming it as well. That's correct. But I've got other tech issues going on now too, so it's just fun time for me. I'm trying to get everything fixed. Here's the thing. You're right. My God. You know what I'm expecting once of at least this series? Just an awful few boneheaded mistakes by Darcy Kemper.
He's not good. I mean, I think if they put any type of sustained pressure on him, he'll fold like a deck of cards.
Usually the teams that win the Stanley Cup Finals have to rely upon steadfast and hardy goaltending. It's as simple as that.
And the key for Tampa is not letting Colorado build up. It was Burkowski with the pass. Nice job. He scored the game winner in game 1. He's an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year.
Yes, he is. I'm sorry, what were you saying now?
You're going to want to have to slow them up in the neutral zone. You can't have them skating at you 100 miles an hour as they hit the blue line. So they're going to have to do a better job of picking them off in center ice. Tampa Bay, that is. For me, the expectation, I think Tampa Bay settle back down now. 1-0. Even if they're down 1-0 at the end of the first period, I think Tampa Bay's in a good spot. They can't go 3 goals down, 3-1 down at the end of one like they did last in the first game. But they were better in the second and third period in particular. They settled back down, and that's the key. Do the Zebras get involved and call certain type of penalties and let others go? I don't know. That's a key for this series. I look at some of these commercials for food, and the food is supposed to look really freaking good. When it doesn't look good on a commercial, I don't think I'm ever eating it.
I don't know what commercial you're talking about.
It was a KFC commercial.
Are you usually a KFC connoisseur?
No, I just saw the commercial. I looked at the sandwich. I'm like, man, that sandwich just don't look right.
Okay.
Showing pictures of Zach Bogosian's kids. I'm like, really? I mean, we're only in this first period of game 2.
I don't know. Remember, anytime they're dealing with the Stanley Cup Finals, you have a whole bunch of people who have never watched the sport before that are now being exposed to it. And how do you go ahead and have, Sally, 38 years old, mother of 8 or mother of 3, who's,
and
hey, I'm
again,
just watching hockey now
2-on-1 break. It's a 2-0 lead for Colorado. Again, you got to slow them up in the center ice.
Well, Colorado doesn't look anywhere near as dominant as they did last game.
They didn't. They They got the break. Again, they turned the puck over. There was 2-on-1 coming the other way. They have to slow them up in neutral ice. They just have to. It's right down low. Here's the replay right now. He pinched up, and that's it. It was a big mistake pinching up, and it led to the 2-on-1 break. I mean, you can't do that. Can't do that. And Josh Manson scores.
Unexpected. I mean, Josh Manson used to play for the Ducks, was a deadline acquisition, if I recall correctly, by the Colorado Avalanche as well.
I mean, it's
who the hell made that pinch, by the way?
I want to say maybe it was Sergachev.
Dude, you got to come up with that freaking save too.
I'm sorry.
Dude, Vasil, you've got to come up with that save. Freaking low and away blocker side, brother. You have got to come up with that fucking save.
Here's the thing:
best goalie in the world, got to come up with that save. Simple.
Cannot turn the puck over like that.
I'm not saying you can.
If you continue to turn the puck over,
what do you do as the goalie? You cover the freaking guy. If it's a 2-on-1, you cover the shot. The guy who's skating with you covers the freaking pass. He got beat on the fucking shot. It wasn't like it was a shot. It was a shot beyond the. It was a shot past the face-off. You've got to come up with that save.
Hey, let's give credit where the
you've got that as good shit. You've got to come up with that.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot.
Got to come up with that save.
Okay. Like I said, again, the turnovers in the offensive zone leads to that chance.
It's a shot past the face-off dot. It's a wrister. It's a wrister past the face-off.
I mean, there's a charge, no call. Like I said, interesting. I mean, look at the speed. Look at the speed on Colorado, man. They really can skate. And now another penalty. Saying throwing the puck out of the zone on Kucherov, throwing the puck out of the rink without it hitting the glass.
Delay of game. Gotcha.
Yep. So right back to the penalty box for Tampa Bay. I mean, poor officiating so far tonight, without a doubt. That's automatically a penalty. But the first one.
Officiating then?
Sorry.
How was that poor officiating then?
Poor officiating was not calling the high stick, which led to the other penalty.
That's what I mean.
And a guy just listen to me. A guy just got boarded down the other end, no call. I mean,
I don't know.
Like I said,
boarding. The guy started slowing up and he got hit. It wasn't malicious.
Yeah, I just watched. You're not allowed, right? You're not supposed to hit guys from behind. He got boarded for certain. That's a penalty. God. For certain, it's a penalty. Like I said, if you're going to call little ticky tack things, that's a penalty. You're either going to let it all go or you're not going to call anything.
It looks like Tampa's a little frazzled.
I don't think they're frazzled. I tell you what, they cannot take ill-advised pinches like that, though, because if you don't get to that puck, it's off to the races the other way. And that's what you saw. It really was. I don't think Bednar is much of a coach, to be honest with you, but, man, they have a lot of talent on that Colorado team.
Jesus Christ. I honestly, from that angle, I still don't understand how he went ahead and he flipped out of play.
It's tough.
Hard to believe from that angle. My gosh. The Colorado Avalanche are 2 for 4 on power play opportunities in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, well, that's
got to have more than a 50% penalty kill if you want to win the cup. In the
big
playoff.
Save by Vasilevsky there. Huge. Again, I mean, like I said, there was so unnecessary because they had a 2-1 advantage on the man and he throws it out of the rink. I mean, unnecessary, in my opinion.
And no, I'm seeing the comments. I'm not seeing the comments yet, guys. I will. I'm just trying to get everything worked out here on the tech side, and we'll be going through comments the same way we always do. Count on me to be unprepared.
Usually we can.
Yep. It's like, they say the mailman delivers through rain, sleet, or snow. I will be running late or having some tech issue every once in a while. There'll always be something slowing me down.
Landeskog misses a chance right in front of the net.
You see how they're doing a lot of that on the power play? They get it into the trigger man spot, but the trigger man's looking to pass off net, an off net pass to a Colorado Avalanche who is then crashing the net for a redirection. Tampa's defensemen are not picking that up. Guess what, John Cooper?
Okay.
Gotta start having.
Here's the thing: when you have talent, you have players that talented, you're able to do that. Ham and Eggers are not able to make those plays.
Okay, no. This is the Tampa Bay Lightning, bro. Back-to-back Stanley Cup
Okay,
champion.
I'm saying
They're not a
you
team
have
to
to
ham
have
and egg.
extremely talented offensive players to make those plays. Regular ham and eggers are not capable of it.
I'm just saying that's something as a coach, right? You talked about the Landeskog missing that point blank. He did, but that's something as a coach you need to review and say, hey, when we start getting that trigger man, I need our box concept. Guess what? If you're a defenseman, I need you to be careful of minding when you start to see those guys crashing the net because the pass is going off angle and it's going for a one-time attempt in front of the net for an easy tap in. Got to be aware of that.
Yeah. Here's the thing. When you're a man down, it's tough, particularly with the speed that Colorado's the most talented team in the league right now. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
That was another prime A opportunity to score. Their penalty kill is at 50% right now.
Well, no,
I understand they're a good team. They're not good where they be scoring 50% all the time.
Well, it's 60% now because they did not score on that power play.
Okay, so now their penalty kill is 60%.
Yep,
it's good. It's still not good enough. I'm just saying, right? They've had some prime opportunities, and those it's one of those things you want your defensemen to start picking up on. That's all, man. That's right. When you talk about you making little adjustments, that's an adjustment that should be looked into. No.
Here's the thing: when you're seeing Nathan McKinnon, who's got one of the most lethal shots in the game, what are you thinking he's going to do from the trigger point? You think he's going to take a shot?
I'm hoping my goalie, when a shot is coming, right, that pass was coming again beyond the faceoff dot. I need Vasilevsky to save every single damn opportunity or 99% of every opportunity that's going to come his way past the faceoff dot. Those you've got to have.
Okay. I think you're too used to watching New York Islander power plays. This is not the New York Islanders power play you're talking about. It's Colorado Avalanche, best power play in the league. Okay? They score all the time on the power play. They're the best team on the power play in the league. Okay, so kind of, what you're saying, that's great, but they're good against everybody. I mean, it's not a coaching issue. It's not a defense issue. They're just phenomenal on the power play. They just are. And again, 2 power plays in the first 10 minutes today. It sets a tone for a game.
Stay out of the box. Don't make them.
Yeah, well, okay. The first one wasn't a penalty, particularly with what he let go. They're showing the highlights of Vasilevsky, some weak goals that he gave up in game 1, and they were terrible. This one here, again, the guy just slips his defender, drives to the middle, a beautiful fast pass, and they convert. I mean, that's not on the goaltender. It's hard for a defense to even stop that.
Okay, I'm not looking at this yet. Please, ladies and gentlemen, if you've listened to what I said or what we talked about, I think the goalie should be making a save low blocker side when a shot's beyond a wrister beyond the faceoff dot. Let me know if that's a save Vasilevsky has to have, or is that just a fantastic shot, right? I'm not saying the defenseman did a good job. The defenseman did an awful job on the pinch, was caught out of position, and led for a 2-on-1. Occasionally,
that sets up the whole play, though. And they come in with speed. As a matter of fact, their other defenseman had laid out. I mean, he was on the ground. It's like, come on.
He was stopping the pass. Goalie's got to look shot. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think.
Because TJ watches off a phone, so he has a better vision. He has a better view than everybody else. Again, you would think he'd move into a new place, he'd get a TV. You would think, or a tablet, or something.
I will be getting a TV. As you can tell, it's in a new area. I've got everything. I said tech-wise. I said my mic's not hooked up. That's maybe why I sound echoey. My mic's not hooked up. My camera's not hooked up. It should work, but it's not reading through in Google Chrome. So I'm trying to get that fixed.
They showed Braden Point had no shots on goal in the first game, and which is the first time ever in a playoff game that he did not have a shot on goal. Interesting. Shots are now 6-2. I mean, now you're seeing Tampa Bay. Looks like they've woken up a little bit, particularly offensively. Maybe the referees will call another penalty so they can get Tampa Bay, back on their heels. I will say one thing, though. You cannot put Colorado on the power play. Can't do it.
Okay, let's try this here.
Darren Helm, how long has he been playing?
He used to play for the Red Wings back in the day, right?
I don't know if that's the same guy or not. Another bad
Yeah, Darren
turnover
Helms.
right in the defensive zone by Zernak on that one. It's like, dude, sometimes they just seem a little bit laissez-faire on defense. And Colorado, to their credit, they're jumping at everything.
He's 35 years old. Okay, Darren Helms played with the Red Wings since 2007 all the way until 2021.
Okay,
He's been with them his whole career. 35 to answer your question. He's been around the league for a bit.
And he's got 72 hits in the Stanley Cup playoffs this year. It's a lot of hits.
Man, it is. I'll tell you. He had 10 in game one. Holy shit. Quite a few hits in game one.
Again, right through the neutral zone, they have to do something to impede them in the neutral zone. They just have to. I mean, they're skating in like wind sprints through the neutral zone.
My God.
Okay, it looks like another.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's like a freaking, oh, my gosh. I don't even know how to describe this, Grump. I mean, this is not the Tampa Bay Lightning team we're accustomed to seeing.
Colorado's really freaking good with speed. Again, there's McKinnon. I mean, here's the thing. You have to respect his speed. You have to respect his – and so when he makes a pass like that, it's like, holy crap, because he's a goal scorer. And when you see a guy like that, it's like, geez. I mean, Landeskog just missed that one as well. But again, it's the team speed that they have. But here's the thing. If you put pressure on Colorado defensively, you will score on them. That's the key. Again, the same thing. It's 3-0 now. Again, the same thing. The team speed. They're catching them flat-footed, and the guys are just flying into the wings. He makes the first save, and there's the rebound right to him, and he pops it in.
You were so far ahead of me, but I can only imagine on this. Oof.
I mean, it's just the team speed is
incredible. You talked about that pass, too. What the hell is Sergachev doing? He doesn't have his stick down on the ice. He's playing as the freaking guy who's riding down the middle, separating, trying to guard for that pass if it comes across ice. He doesn't have a stick on the fucking ice.
Yeah, again, though, a really nice shot. Vasilevsky makes the first save, but they're just coming in with such team speed that, it's tough to beat. Speed kills, right? Speed kills. What do I always say? You got to be able to skate. You got to be able to skate. And I'll tell you what, Colorado can skate.
So Colorado looks pretty much as dominant as they did in the first period in the last game. I'm telling you, man, they're looking damn good.
I'll tell you what, they're
looking good, and Tampa is just looking like it's like they're getting curb stomped right now.
Okay, defensively, it looks like they're not able to keep up defensively. Jeez. And this is the second game in his career that Vasilevsky has given up 3 goals in the first period of a playoff game. The first time was game 1 of this series.
Look at that, though. Jesus Christ.
Again, physicality is most important here. To me, Tampa's got to stick with their game plan, run them.
Oh,
in the defensive
end. Score before the period's up.
No. Physicality. Physicality is most important. That's how you stop speed. You have to be physical. You have to interfere with them a lot. Got to body their players. You cannot let them just skate in on you. You'll get beat that way. You got to be more physical. And again, they're just being just a little bit too laissez-faire with the puck in their own zone. I mean, 3 goals on 8 shots. It's not like it's been a shooting gallery out there.
I'll tell you one thing. They've only had 8 shots on net, but they've had unbelievable amounts of pressure and unbelievable amount of chances, too. So, I don't know. This is yikes. Here's the thing. Oh, my God. Colorado. Who the hell was that who threw a big hit? Number 43 for the Avalanche.
That's Helm.
Helm threw a huge hit there, too.
Didn't knock anybody down, but
it's still a huge hit. Wow. Wow. I'm just kind of shocked that Tampa came out as flat as again as they did today,
Okay.
as they did last game.
No, they're not coming out flat. Colorado's coming out flying. There's a difference.
Okay, so Colorado is heads over heels the best team in the NHL this year. Because when
Yes,
Colorado plays their games, they make Tampa Bay look fucking miserable.
that's right.
If you don't think Tampa Bay's
Okay,
playing
they're
poorly
calling
right
a
now and
penalty.
they're
Looks
doing a
like
good job, Colorado's just the best
who they
team in the
call.
world,
All
and
right,
Tampa's just
all
not
right.
very
They called a
good.
penalty on someone. Let's see. Are they going to call it on Colorado, or are they going to send off Curry Perry too? They're going to send both guys off because that's the way the officials roll in this league.
You said
Like I
that
said,
last time, and they only sent one off. Wait.
well, no, Corey
You're
Perry.
well
Oh,
ahead
I'm
of me there.
sorry. Maybe it's only Corey Perry who's getting sent off. Again, Kemper's holding his stick, and then number 42 is holding Perry's stick. It's like, how many times? And then he touches the goalie, and then they blow the whistle on Perry. See what I mean? That's absolute horseshit right there. You'll see it coming up.
Okay.
Perry gets called for the penalty when the goalie and the defenseman both hold his stick in front of the net, right in front of the referees. No call. He pushes the goalie to try to get him from unholding the stick.
Okay.
Perry
I
gets a
did see a
penalty.
little. I saw a little bit of back and forth, but I didn't. I got to see what's going on. Hold on. They're sending both off the ice now.
They're not sending both off. They only sent Perry off.
Perry. Yeah. What the? It looks. He points to both, and he goes like this initially, which is what I understand. But nobody's serving a penalty for Kemper. Wow.
We're in commercial now.
Perry
was the only Perry was the only guy who was going to the box.
They're going to pick somebody. It's going to be both. He pointed at both, and he pointed them both to the bench.
But here's the thing:
the penalty box.
What should the referee have done? As soon as you see the goaltender holding the stick, blow the whistle. It's holding the stick. Then when the defenseman holds the stick, blow the whistle, holding the stick. And only when Perry shoves the goalie for holding the stick for the second time did they blow the whistle. That's what I don't like about the league.
It had to be okay. It had to be offsetting penalties because they blew the whistle when Colorado had the puck and possession of the puck. So both teams are going to the box.
It should be, if anything, it should be a Tampa power play.
Oh my God, they don't do that.
The official is
the Stanley Cup Finals.
Well, what's the call? Then let's see what the call is. Because
they're both interference. Interference, unsportsmanlike conduct, whatever. They're just going to BS it. They both go into the box. It's going to be 4-on-4.
Because here's the thing: you're like a period behind. So I really can't take anything you say seriously. Honestly, I'm the one who's actually watching it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you one thing. Colorado had the puck, stick handling with the puck, and they blew the whistle. You blow the whistle when Colorado has puck because it's a penalty in Colorado. Okay, they sent both of them.
And Cooper,
they're both going to the box.
Cooper is saying that he said you can't let them. Same thing. You can't let them walk in. Can't let them walk in the zone. He said we need to pick up our pace. You just can't let them walk into the zone. And it is a 4-on-4. Here's the thing: it should be a Tampa power play though, because you let the two stick holding penalties go. Then when the guy retaliates, you send them both off. Bullshit. That's typical NHL bullshit penalty calling.
That's how the Stanley Cup Finals have been for decades and decades, man.
Well, like I said, it's still bullshit because you should make the first call. Make the first call.
Okay. I will be able to see the YouTube comments. I think I'm figuring out what I need to do to get everything fixed. Once I get everything fixed regarding my setup, I don't know what the hell happened. It's like I turned my computer on today and it didn't want to accept my USB plugins. I don't know. Weird stuff.
But again, Cooper, another turnover by Kucherov. It's like, guys, you need to be a little bit quicker on the puck. You need a little bit better at the puck. And Cooper's right. He's like, you can't they're giving him like a free run from center ice. You can't do that with any team, particularly a team that skates like this. And again, McKinnon just comes in and he gets the shot off because the kid is just extremely talented and he's got the puck back again. I mean, let's be honest, right? He's certainly one of the top 5 players in the league, without a doubt, Nathan McKinnon.
He's fantastic, man. There's no doubt about it. He's highlight reel after highlight reel type goal. He's no McDavid. He's one of those guys of I'm up in that area.
Okay.
Though.
For certain. All right. McDavid's number 1, but like I said, this kid's what, number 2 or number 3 in the league. And his thing, he's also good defensively as well. Better defensively than McDavid is.
He's more of a physical specimen than McDavid is.
Yeah, he can skate like the wind too, but he plays. McDavid doesn't play any defense.
Look, I mean, on a 4-on-4, they're still just getting outworked to every loose puck. They're getting outworked to the freaking spots in front of the net. That has nothing to do with the fact that Tampa is not playing with the same fucking intensity that Colorado is. It's as simple as that. Colorado's a faster
Again,
team.
another pinch.
There's not the same level of intensity.
They have to stop pinching. Big
You're down 3 goals. You have to freaking score goals, Grump.
Okay, you can't be pinching and giving up a 3-on-1 coming back the other way. You can't do it. You can't do it. You cannot do it. Every time you pinch up, you get burned. You cannot pinch up there. You're not going to score 3 goals on one shift. Cannot pinch up. Oh, they're looking at Toronto gear. Like, who wants to buy that for a first round? Who wants to buy Toronto gear for a first-round playoff exit every year?
Good gracious. I still haven't gotten to see the 3-on-1, but
it wound up turning out to be a 3-on-2.
Okay, so yeah, I see the pinch. Yeah, it was a 3-on-2.
Again, you don't pinch up there.
Oh man, they've got to score goals.
Okay,
he had
zero.
You
zero
want to know
chance.
what's scary?
Again, another pinch up leads to a breakaway and a big save. Again, the same guy pinched up again, doesn't get to the puck, and it turns into a breakaway. You got to stop pinching up.
They're down 3 goals.
So what? Everyone should be pinching up and just let a 5-on-0 break coming the other way? No, you've got to stop pinching up until the game settles. Sorry. You can't be pinching up like that. We can tell you're not a coach. Holy shit.
They're trying to
pinch
score
up.
a goal.
We're down 3 goals. Everybody pinch in the first period. Really?
Dude,
crazy.
Colorado's a team that is a heavy forecheck team, right?
You don't pinch up.
No.
They're just showing it. Here's again, the same guy freaking pinched again. Yeah, see, McDonough, why the hell are you pinching there? You had no shot of getting there. Just peel back.
Where is his other defense partner?
He was on the other side of the ice. And again, big save by Vasilevsky, to keep it a 3-goal game. This year in the playoffs, Vasilevsky, 9 saves on 10 breakaways. That's pretty good.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen the shot and the replay yet of it, but that didn't look like a...
Tampa Bay's going to have to start a fight. They're going to have to start a fight. That's what's going to happen. They're going to have to start a fight.
Do it.
They're going to have to start a fight. I mean, letting Colorado get a little bit chippy. Guess what? Someone's going to have to go after Colorado guy. If they that's what they're going to have to change the tenor of the game. Just have to do it. Yep, they say Colorado's got to stay out of that. Ray Ferraro said that. He's exactly right. Tampa's got to win.
That puck wasn't even on the net. Burakovsky missed the free.
Oh, no, it was a save.
It was a save.
And what are you talking about? He made the save.
The puck glanced so far wide, it looked like he didn't even put the shot on.
He made the save. Guess what? The puck hits you, it bounces off, it goes in a different direction. That's what happens.
Great, Grumpy. You are, again, a minute ahead of me, and I'm glad you don't hit pause to get on the same spot.
Catch up. Stop living in the past. Stop living in the past. Move forward.
Because you just like doing that shit.
I'm watching the game live. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm watching the game on a stream, Grump.
I told you, get a regular television, actually have a cable hookup in your house like normal people do.
It just makes it for a tough listening experience when you're a minute and 10 seconds ahead of me. I know you don't give a shit, but that's okay.
2.9 seconds to go in the first period. How much time do you have?
15 seconds, 15.4. And hold on there. You said how much?
2.9 seconds. First period goal differential. It was too fast.
I've got 0.7 seconds.
It gets readjusted to 2.9.
Grumpy, should I go to Vegas for that one?
Yeah.
It seems like a very specific number.
Yep. I'll be interested to see what Messier and Chelio say about the first period. But here's the thing. It's not the big line that's scoring goals tonight, right?
Hmm.
It's the secondary lines. Burkowski, Nichushkin.
Niskutsin. Yeah.
I mean, those are the guys. Those are the guys who are stepping up today.
Valeri Niskutsin. The first 3 rounds goal differential for Tampa, they were +5. This series, they are a -5 in goal differential. That's what they
In the
popped
first
up.
period. There you go. That's a big difference.
Let me know when you have puck drop. Or is your first period already over?
First period's over.
All right, I'm restarting my computer. I'll be back later. I'm trying to get this stuff worked. I'll be back in a bit.
So you're disappearing?
Grumpy, this is Grumpy
Okay, well,
time,
then
bro.
I'll go to comments then. I'll get to comments. I can't post.
Okay. You can't even show comments up on screen. How the hell
I'll
do
just
you
read
go to
them.
comments?
I'll just read them.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, go. Bye-bye.
This guy's a freaking maniac. He's a maniac. This guy is a fucking maniac.
Why don't you?
He is a maniac.
Why don't you get off of? Why don't you just get off and then come back in and I will take care of the comments. I'm not going to post them. I'm just going to read them.
You are a freaking maniac.
Joseph C says, I blame
You're a maniac.
TJ.
Goodbye.
I blame
maniac.
TJ going on vacation for the Rangers losing that series against Tampa. I'll forever hold a grudge. I don't blame you, Joseph. I would as well. Nick D says, TJ and the Curve. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. We are. Thank you. Rick C says, hello, boys. Hello, Rick. Always a pleasure. Frank Kaplan says, Mets keep rolling. Coming from the game. Another big win for the Mets today. I heard that Max Scherzer threw 3 innings in a simulated game today, so it looks like he's getting close to returning as well. And Jacob deGrom is supposed to do an up and down, I think, on Monday. So things are looking up for the Mets as well. Scott Levy says, hey, guys. Love Scott's picture, of course. Drew Licata. Hey, TJ and Grump. I sent you a meme, by the way, TJ, on the Islanders Never Say Die. TJ will have to pick that up if he's even capable of doing that. Who knows? We were talking about the Vasilevsky and Kemper comparison, and Frank said he disagreed. He doesn't trust Kemper. Neither do I. That said, you have to put some shots on him to expose him. Alexander says, hey, guys, how you all doing? Wow, TJ actually has a shirt. That's a first. Taking my kids to see Lightyear, so I'm going to miss the game. Well, Alexander, have fun watching the movie, and you're not missing much not watching this game, honestly. Alexander says he hopes Colorado wins. Well, I think you're going to get your way, but he thinks Tampa's going to win. Doubtful. Alexander agreed that he thought Tampa was going to win. Not going to happen, I don't think, unless they really pick it up. Scott says again, per report, I think it is Frank Savelli says that numerous teams are interested in Anthony Beauvillier. And why wouldn't they be? He's a 25-year-old fast skating winger who plays an up and down game and can play defense. He's the type of guy that every team should be looking for. Only the Islanders look to trade somebody like that. Why? Because they signed so many older players to ridiculous long-term deals that no one else has any value. John Smith says, go Devon Taves only. Haven't noticed him that much today, which is a good thing. Even in the offensive zone, I saw him on that second power play unit, but he's done nothing poorly today. Tommy Baffy says, hey, guys, how you doing? By the way, the Stanley Cup Finals are on tonight. Yes, Tommy, we are aware of that. Thank you. Scott Levy once again. What do you think about Tortorelli? How do you think he'll fare in Philadelphia? He's not going to last 4 years. I feel confident he's not going to last 4 years there.
We're back, Grumpy. I had to just restart and everything worked. It's as right as rain, Grump.
Okay.
Oh, man, I can tell you, dude, that was bothering the living hell out of me for about a good solid period. Having to let you do all the freaking, letting Grumpy take the freaking steering wheel? Oof. Oof, Grumpy. Oof, that was hard to let you do. For me,
right now, Messier and Chelios are talking about the same things I was talking about, the turnovers and letting them just skate right through the neutral zone. Got to stop it.
Maybe. Okay, they're down 3-0, right? Vasilevsky, I think I'd argue that was a little bit of a weak goal, but that's fine. Shit, they still have been, the less.
And they agree it's more Colorado than Tampa, which I 100% agree with. Colorado's come out with their hair on fire without a doubt. TJ, the next comment, if you want to get to, is Joseph C. at 8:19 p.m. will be the next comment if you want to start posting.
Okay, bullshit. You did not get to the 8:19. Oh, that's 7. You're a freaking hour ahead of me. I was like, okay, you're an hour. I'm like 8:19. I'm like, what the hell? Okay.
Someone has to explain. That's it. Someone has to explain to me the Tortorella hire in Philadelphia. I know he's had success, but he has an incredible short shelf life before players get sick of him. Yes, but they need a taskmaster as a coach right now. That's what they need. I agree. His shelf life will be short. Who cares? I hate Philadelphia. The shorter, the better means that they've imploded once again. But I think, who are the other candidates? Jack Capuano got an interview too. Who would you rather have?
Here's the other thing too. They were not willing to give Barry Trotz the ability to be the general manager. Simple as that.
I wouldn't either. What's he ever done to show him that he's a GM?
Nothing. I was listening to what Brian Boucher was saying.
He's saying what a surprisingly poor start it's been for Tampa Bay.
Sean McDonough is the worst announcer. I hope they bring back Gary Thorne.
They're not bringing back Gary Thorne. He does baseball for the Red Sox now.
Frank Hayes said NBA Finals ratings were abysmal. They're in big trouble. Since they went all political, attendance and ratings are really bad.
100% agree. 100% agree. Again, people watch sports to get away from the troubles or the insanity that goes on in the real world. When you start bringing that into entertainment, people tune out.
Yep.
Do we want to get to the next comment, or are we just going to stare at this?
By the way, they said that on the Josh Manson goal, they said it was a surprisingly beautiful shot that I think caught Vasilevsky a little by surprise.
It was a good shot. It was a good shot.
The freaking save on that one, buddy. That's about as nice as they're going to say. Gotta make the save on that one.
I was stunned when they said it was Manson who scored that goal.
It wasn't. Okay.
It was a good shot, though. Give the man credit. It's probably the best shot of his career.
Yeah, it is. It's like Scott Mayfield. He roofs a few, but I mean, it was like that Scott Mayfield is the best one. Time B says here, Woodcroft to remain Edmonton's coach on a new 3-year deal.
I don't know what I think about that, honestly.
They started to play well towards the tail end of the year. They went on fire, and they won 2 rounds of the playoffs. For Edmonton, that's a lot of success, wouldn't you say?
I would not. I would have looked for somebody else. I would have went for Bruce Cassidy or Barry Trotz. Tell me Barry Trotz wouldn't help that team. A team with that much talent, with no defensive ability whatsoever. Tell me he wouldn't help them. He would. I'm not saying they win a Stanley Cup because Barry Trotz is the coach, but he'd get them at least get them to the semifinals every year at best.
Dude, it's like water and oil. It wouldn't mix. Michael M says here, 2 of the best gents around. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate it. I guess something happened to your mic, TJ. Yes, it did. I just had to restart, I guess. I caught up with the last podcast. Grump is so down on Fiala for his size, but Jean-Gabriel Pageau is a big dick bandit. I don't know.
Yeah, but Fiala's not physical at all. And I think that Pageau weighs more than he does.
Colorado is a juggernaut, says Shooter.
They've been really, really good. Really good. Hey, let's give credit. Colorado's a good team. This was my Stanley Cup pick at the beginning of the year, if you remember, TJ.
Bullshit. You always said Tampa was going to three-peat. Stop.
I said Colorado and Tampa Bay was my Stanley Cup pick for the finals this year.
Jesus Christ.
I don't believe I picked a favorite to win. I thought Tampa Bay would win the series, though. Going into it, I did.
I think I said, I think I called every single result down to the top. I even called the Stanley Cup final winner correctly, Grump, whoever wins.
Why don't you just stare at your phone? Next
I'm not just
comment.
staring at my phone. I got the setup up. I got the mic working. I got the camera working. So
Maybe you should have started a little bit earlier. I know the thing that probably threw you off is you had to start on time today, or only 5 minutes late.
none of that.
Opposed to an hour and a half late, like the last couple of podcasts.
It was something when my computer had died and it screwed up all the settings. I had to refresh and restart it to get all the settings back the way they needed to be. I don't know.
Okay.
Dumb stuff. Dumb computer stuff. Sometimes when I type 2 + 2, it gives me the answer of 5. I don't know. This thing's dumb. Michael M says here, what's wrong, TJ? Yeah, I don't know. It just got all screwed up. I can link you a game stream if you ever need it, TJ. I appreciate it. I just couldn't get, for whatever reason, when I went to Mexico, ESPN still thinks I'm in Mexico. So anytime I'm trying to watch it, it says watch ESPN Deportes. And it says pick your TV provider. And it gives me 4 different Mexican Spanish channels. And I'm like, this is not right. So I don't know. I got to get that fixed too. Maybe just turn my phone off and restart my phone. It will remember we're here in the United States again.
Do you speak Spanish?
Un poquito.
Okay. And why are you watching Spanish channel?
Get hooked on. It thinks I'm still in. It still thinks I'm in Mexico, Grump. My phone does. I don't know. Couldn't tell you why. The way that thing geolocates, it should know exactly where I'm moving in every second. Drew L says, "Bro, does Colorado skaters have jets on their back of their skates? And why does McKinnon skate fast or fast when or faster than Barry when entering the zone?"
They are extremely fast, and the whole thing is they're coming in with a head of steam. They skate incredible, and Tampa Bay, was skating backwards, and it's tough to keep up with them. They slam the brakes on, have some of them go. I mean, they're really, really good. They're really good.
David D says, here you go. I like this one. Covers up Grumpy's ugly mug.
Put it up there.
He says, hi, guys. Mr. Wright. No, he messed it up. He meant to say Mr. Wright - TJ and the grumpy old man. About Johnny Rocket, he's not signing here. It's not his first destination. The Devils or the Penguins are where he's going to end up. Malcolm Letang are unrestricted free agents. Only goal-scoring forwards they're going to be are second-tier guys. Kevin Fiala is an upgrade from Bailey and Lee on the top line. He's 25 years old, and the last 3 seasons, 25 this year and 33, or a similar player by trade. Need to move out of contract for it to happen. If we only add a defenseman this offseason, it's a capital F for failure. Ask Coach Johnny. I don't know. I think I cut off.
Here's the thing. We can dream that Johnny Gaudreau will come here. I don't think he will either, but we can dream, can't we? And here's the thing. Kevin Fiala is not coming here either because other teams have more of what Minnesota wants. Young, cheap talent than we have. Those are just facts. So whoever offers Minnesota the best deal, if he even leaves Minnesota, is going to get him. And it won't be the Islanders. Unless you want to give up a couple of first-round picks, Beauvillier, Wallstrom, Ratu for the pissant. Not into that.
For the freaking pissant. Look at you go there, Grumpy. Michael M said, there's zero chance Malkin and Letang are going anywhere. Okay, Michael M thinking, hey, they're going to sign back there in Pittsburgh. Nice setup for the goal. Alexander says that's probably the first one. David D says, wow, TJ, you really look fresh this evening. You're placing bets on how many times you got to get to go to the bathroom and leave grumpy old man alone for the 100th time. LOL. Just kidding.
Every time you're joking like that, it always has a basis in fact. I think in all the years that we've been podcasting, I got up to go to the bathroom, I think once. And I think it was during an NFL draft show, not the first one we did, maybe the second.
You've done it before. You've done it before on the NHL show too.
No, I think maybe one time I've gotten up to go to the bathroom. Here's the thing, TJ. Everyone knows you got bladder issues. When people want to give you a urologist to look into, you got issues. I'm just saying.
Oh, lucky. Grump, TJ Grump, what's up? How about the Metsies? How about the Mets and Yankees? World Series 2022.
Could be. First time since 1999.
Dude, Pete Alonso is freaking killing it this year.
The Mets are the Yankees are phenomenal, though.
The Mets have so many. Think about it. Now Trevor McGill. He's out for what, until August, they said.
His name is Taylor McGill.
Taylor McGill. Who's Trevor McGill? Why does Trevor McGill sound like something?
It just sounds like something you made up because you don't know the guy's name, and now you're trying to cover for your incompetence.
That one's for you, Grumpy. I want you to stick that one where the sun don't shine.
Next.
Oh, looky there. Vasilevsky looks tired, says John Smith.
Yeah, tired of picking the puck out of the back of the net.
He does look a little tired, though, John. I don't disagree. I tell you, after that third goal, he was just like, I don't know. It looks kind of
just as a little aside, they said that expect Colorado and Tampa Bay to lose their assistant GMs this year.
Wow. When they say that?
I read an article. I don't know where. I read an article somewhere. Expect them to lose their assistant GMs this year. Who should be first in line trying to pluck those guys? What have I been opining for the better part of 6 months?
The Islanders bring in a young assistant general manager.
Thank you very much. That's exactly what they did. And they give him a path to the GM-ship. All right, you're the assistant for this year under Lamoriello, then you take over because we're kicking the old man upstairs.
Michael T says,
and you get say-so on trades. That's what you should do. You get say-so on trades.
Michael T, the Islanders need to pillage one of the defensemen from the Vegas Golden Knights. That was an interesting trade made by Vegas. I mean, I guess they think Shea Weber still has something left in the tank.
He's just a salary. They're just taking on his salary, and they got Dadonov off their roster. That's all they did.
Okay.
They can bury
more than Dadonov.
They can bury Weber on long-term injury, where they could not do that with Dadonov.
You think Shea Weber won't come back and play?
Nope. I think he's done.
It very possibly could be that he'll never play again. I know there were already, rumors last year that may have ended his career, possibly might end his career, but I don't know. I haven't, he's not officially retired or anything like that. But I mean, this very well could be them, the ability of them getting rid of Dadonov. And you're right. Look what it took them to get rid of Dadonov. What did that trade entail, Grumpy?
That was it. Dadonov for Weber. I mean, Weber still has $7.6 million for the next 3 years, or 3 or 4 years. Next 3 years. Well, that's what Vegas has to eat. And Dadonov, I think, has a 4-year deal or something like that.
But if he's a guy, he'll never. It just doesn't make sense, though, right? When you say, "Oh, he probably is just going to go on long-term injury," I'm just like, I don't know, Grump. Doesn't make much sense. I'm sorry. It's the next 4 years for Shea Weber. He's got 4 years left on that contract at $7.8 million.
There you go. So they got a little bit of. They needed to get Dadonov off their roster. That's what they needed to have happen. They tried to move him at the deadline. The trade got rescinded by the NHL. So they were able to do it in the offseason. They took on the salary. They're going to put him on long-term injury. So they're not paying that salary. And Dadonov is off the roster.
But let me ask you, Montreal then gets nothing back in return, because if Shea Weber was just a guy that you could say, oh, here's a piece that you could go ahead and add to your team as a long-term injury item, that does them no freaking good to get rid of them, to add an aged veteran and Dadonov that doesn't bring much to the table and just sucks up cap.
Well, he can still score. You know what I mean? He can still score. I mean, it's not like he can't score. Okay, let's roll with the comment. Well, now we got puck drop because you're too busy over there staring. Who knows what you're thinking? No one knows. You just stop talking, just staring at something on your little phone.
Dadonov's on last. It just doesn't make much sense. I don't know. Dadonov's on the last year of that contract. That's fine.
Well, there you go. He's on the last year of his contract.
It just means that they didn't get much of anything at all. It just that doesn't make sense, in my point, if they're just going to be able to put him on long-term injury.
It's Weber's going on long-term injury.
I know. Why the hell would why would Montreal have not have kept that, eaten a contract that could have been comparable to $5 million, and said, we're going to eat $5 million off of your books. We'll give you a guy you can put on long-term injury, and we're going to go ahead and want a second or a third round pick instead. They got fucking nothing. That's what I'm confused about.
Maybe that's the best deal they could get.
Offers nothing.
Maybe that's the best deal they could get.
That's what. Okay. I don't know. I mean, right. I don't know. Anyway, yes, let's go Colorado, says Drew L. Dave C says this game isn't fun anymore. No show and two goal games now. Colorado is more determined. They want it more. I agree, Michael. I do.
Yes.
Michael D says here,
And
we
people
have
forget.
to move out of contract like Bavillier, $4 million, Bailey, $5 million, to offer any unrestricted for free agent a forward $10 million per year. I doubt Johnny Gaudreau or Philip Forsberg signs here. It may have to be a trade for goal scoring forward.
You know what? The more I think about it, the less and less I think we're going to do anything. I think we're going to roll the same cast and characters out with maybe, who knows, they'll overpay maybe for Burkowski, something like that. They'll trot him out as a first line winger, which he's not. And that'll be it. But I think the first thing they're going to try to do is get a defenseman. I think that's their first thing.
Palat, Stamkos, and Kucherov line has had 0 shot attempts in the first period. That's got to change.
Well, they only had 5 shots total in the first period. So,
yeah, I'm just saying you would want your best players to generate some sort of offense. Your best for Jesus, bad turnover by Victor Hedman, and that's a borderline penalty. I thought that he didn't get called for, Hedman. And look at that. They're in transition, and the freaking defense is running around like chicken with their head cut off. They had 3 guys back to Colorado's 2, and Colorado still looks like they're dominant. I'm just telling you, Tampa looks sloppy as hell. They don't look like they're there. They don't look like they're motivated. And Colorado said, we are playing at a level that you are not expecting, and they looked a far superior team.
You realize sometimes when the other team is playing like Colorado is, you make the other team look like that. Colorado is good.
The last 2 years win the Stanley freaking Cup. This is not an average or an above average team. This is the freaking.
They're banged up. They're banged up.
Victor Hedman's banged up. Okay, gotcha.
Victor Hedman has missed time. He's missed his time in his playoff series. Braden Point's been out. I'm saying this is their 3rd run to the Stanley Cup Finals in a row. They're banged up. Here's the thing. Colorado is playing at an exceptional level. I'm not going to say that it's Tampa Bay not playing well. It's Colorado playing spectacularly.
I think that your refusal to blame Tampa Bay's.
I'm not blaming Tampa. I'm saying Colorado's been phenomenal. It's not Tampa Bay's poor play. It's Colorado's fantastic play. That's what it is.
My gosh. I think and I'll say it again, I think your refusal to say that Tampa Bay needs to step their game up, like they can't step their game up and play the same way they have that won them 2 Stanley Cups the back-to-back years, that they can't elevate their game to go ahead and compete and go tit for tat and flip the switch, I think is, I don't know, Grumpy. You
think teams flip the switch? Okay. I don't think that's the case. Remember, they lost their whole 3rd line, who scored the big goals last year for them, right? Was that 3rd line. They lost the whole 3rd line. They were making trades to try to build the 3rd line in season. Okay. Colorado is the reason why Colorado's looking so good, because they have been phenomenal. Again, a deflection and a shot off the post.
Jesus, I'm telling you, man.
Speed kills. If you don't
hold on. That was off the face-off dot.
No, it was not off.
There was also, okay, by the way, so you didn't hear it. There was also one off the post from the face-off dot. You're still about a minute and a half ahead of me. You like to do that.
Okay. I'm just watching. Here's the thing. I'm watching the game live. I don't know what you're doing. I cannot dumb down my production for you.
4th time today, am streaming the game, and I am a minute behind you. I would love for you to be the same pace as me, but it's okay if you don't want to be, because I know you don't want to be.
Oh, here's the thing. I'm not going to be behind you. What's your time? What time are you at?
16 minutes and 57 seconds.
I'll tell you what, when it goes to next commercial, I'll stop it. How about that?
So
I'm not stopping now trying to figure out what's what. I'm not doing that.
So 42 has a slap shot from the point off the face-off dot. He hits it off the post.
Correct.
So they've hit quite a few. Okay, that was from the face-off dot. That was not in transition.
I didn't say it was.
You said speed kills, and I said the hit off the post came off the face-off dot, and you said no, it didn't.
All right. I was talking about, and as answer to your point about Tampa Bay should be able to turn it on. It's the fact that Colorado is so good and speed kills. That's what they're beating them with speed right now.
When you're hitting them off the post in the crossbar like that, off the face-off dot, has nothing to do
3
with
plus
speed.
goals in the first period of games 1 and 2. The 2022 Avalanche, the 1981 Islanders, and the 1936 Red Wings. I'm going to bet all 3 of those teams won the Stanley Cup.
I know the Islanders definitely did.
Yes, they did. I'll tell you what, let me know when they drop the puck. I'll see if I can stop my feed here for like 15 minutes to allow you to catch up. I have to insist that you get some type of cable hookup. I have to insist because I can't.
I don't have cable.
Get it. Because what you have now doesn't work.
What's wrong with
What are
streaming?
we watching everything on tape delay? What the hell is the sense of doing a live stream if we're doing it on tape delay? Let's have it at 11:30 at night, like they used to do NBA playoff games.
It's right now. I'm at 15:45.
Let me know when they drop the puck.
Okay, I'll let you know when they drop the puck.
Again. Oh, game's over. See if we can catch it
Go
up.
ahead and kick my feet back here real quick.
It's embarrassing. Your failure to get cable is distressing.
Oh
Or
my god!
satellite dish or something.
I feel like a lot of people don't have cable anymore.
I'm going to bet most people do. Most people.
Puck drop.
Okay. So, like I said, you need to just step up your game. The fact that I'm more technologically savvy than you is just embarrassing.
You're not.
It should be an embarrassment to you.
Okay, you just have your cable and you just turn the TV on.
There you go. You know what? I go with what works. What you have doesn't work. What I have does work. I go with what works. Call me crazy.
It's a minute behind. Get over yourself.
4-0. Again.
Hold on. I wonder what Stamkos is doing. Is Stamkos look like he's covering anybody? Looks like he's just looking at Vasilevsky when his guy's just entering right in the freaking goddamn, right in front of the freaking net. It's almost like Stamkos should be kind of aware of where it's going. Instead of maybe marking his man, he just kind of off in no man's land.
All I'm saying, again.
In the middle net. Niskutsin. Valeri Niskutsin.
Again.
Originally drafted by the Dallas Stars, if I recall.
Here it is.
Niskutsin.
Losing some of their defensemen. Like I said, here's the thing. Colorado's just been spectacular.
What the fuck is goddamn Stamkos doing? What is he doing? What the fuck is he doing? Holy shit. Look at Stamkos, this entire freaking shit.
Okay, that's his job. His job is not to be another 10 foot out of the net. His job is not supposed to be another 10 foot out in front of the net.
Oh my God, his job is to know when he's got somebody in his freaking
end. It's Colorado's talent. It's the talent that Colorado has. Stop denying how good they are. Just stop it. It's not Tampa's fault.
Stamkos doesn't mark anybody. We don't blame Stamkos for that.
No,
if that was Josh Bailey not marking anybody, you'd be skewering him.
He was not in front of the net. Niskutsin was 10 foot behind there. He's got to be in front. Look at how far Niskutsin is out. Look how far it is out. I mean, holy shit, he's equal with the dot. You're saying that's where Stamkos should be, equal with the dot?
Stamkos should know when he's got guys entering. He's staring behind the fucking
didn't even enter. He was standing all the way out there. You know what
sometimes happens with these forwards.
Dude,
they gotta go like this, Grumpy. Hold on, look at me, Grumpy. Sometimes go like this.
You're wrong. They
don't go like this. Oh, let me just go ahead and stare down here.
You're 100% wrong.
You gotta be aware of what's happening, buddy.
Colorado. This is Colorado's time, without a doubt. I mean, they are playing at another level. Dude, let's give them credit. You don't want to give them credit. I will.
Tampa looks unbelievably sloppy. You can cut it as, whoa, Colorado is the best team in the world. Tampa looks unbelievably sloppy. This is not the same Tampa we've seen in earlier series either.
Yeah, Colorado has been phenomenal in the playoffs. How many games they lost in the playoffs this year? 2?
No, more than freaking 2. They lost 2 to St. Louis.
Yeah.
They lost to Nashville.
They swept Edmonton.
They lost to Nashville a game, didn't they?
I don't know. I think they swept Nashville and they swept Edmonton. This is like the Islanders played when they only lost 3 playoff games.
Okay. Pump the freaking brakes.
I'm just saying.
Nashville barely squeaked into the playoffs. Barely.
Okay, but what I'm
squeaked
saying
into
is,
the playoffs.
I'm saying how many games you lose in the playoffs. The Islanders had one where they lost 3 games in the whole
You said
playoffs.
this is like the Islanders.
That's right. Where the Islanders only lost 3 games.
I'm wrong. Nashville was swept.
Yeah. They've lost 2 games in all the playoffs. That should tell you how good they are.
They played a piss poor, easy schedule, though.
Okay. They've only lost 2 games out of how many? Out of 16? That's pretty damn good in my book.
Well, yeah. Was it 16? Or is it? Well, not after tonight, it will be 16.
Yeah. Well, I'm counting today. They're not losing today. This series is over. Like I said, whoever won today was going to win the series. Colorado's winning the series. Here's the thing. They are at another level right now. They just are.
Okay.
They're fantastic.
Okay.
You can rip Tampa all you want. They squeaked by beating Toronto. Probably should have lost to Toronto, honestly, in 7. Then they win in 4 against Florida. And then what was it? 6. Was it 6 against the Rangers after losing the first 2? They've had a tough road to hoe where it's not been the case. And Colorado just damn good.
Okay. It's like saying, oh, they beat the okay.
I don't understand why you don't want to give them their due. I just don't understand it.
I don't understand why you're just saying, oh, Colorado's so fantastic, but you're not looking at the glaring mistakes and the glaring mishaps Tampa's making. Like, those don't exist. It's all because Colorado's fantastic and omnipotent. That's the reason they're doing this. Tampa Bay is playing the best game they've ever played in their freaking history, but because Colorado's playing Colorado-style hockey, well, nobody can even compete. Nobody can lace up their fucking skates and get on the same ice with them. That's what's driving me insane with you right now, Grump.
Tampa is not the same team that they were the last 2 years. Just are not.
I'm not
with
saying
all the players they lost. And here's the thing. You could say whatever you want. Well, Tampa's not doing this. Colorado's play is forcing them into making these mistakes. That's what's happening because they're playing at such a high level. They're forcing. They don't have the team speed that Colorado does. They don't.
Like when Tampa's pinching, when Tampa's defensemen are pinching, Colorado is mind tricking them.
You're telling me that they should have been pinching.
No,
you said before they should have been pinching because, you're down 3 goals. Okay. Well, you can't have it both ways.
Okay, they pinched and gave up the goal. The weak goal that Vasilevsky gave up was the second goal of the game.
It was not a weak goal, first of all. It was a great shot. It was a really good shot.
My God.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, stop watching the game off your phone, first of all. Maybe you learn a little bit more.
You're pretending like Tampa's playing a good game. They have 6 fucking shots on net. 6 through the first 28 minutes of action. They have 6 shots on net, and that's Tampa Bay playing a good game. Dude, I don't understand.
Colorado is freaking dominant. Game. Colorado is dominant. Why can't you give them credit? Here's the thing. Here's a couple of homework assignments.
Colorado's playing a really good game. Tampa Bay is also playing really fucking sloppy. Why can't you say Tampa's playing sloppy too?
I'm saying that Colorado is forcing them to play sloppy. They're forcing them to play that way. They're just on every single puck. Look at the aggression they play all over the ice. All over the ice.
Why does Tampa not have aggression?
Because Colorado's better than they are. They have more team speed and they're hungrier. They're better. Colorado's just a better team. Just admit it. They're just better. There's nothing wrong with it. They're better.
In game three, if Nashville comes out and wins 6-0, you know what you're going to be doing? You're saying
Nashville got swept by Colorado. Nashville's not winning.
Tampa Bay comes out and beats Colorado 6-0. You know what you'll be saying? You'll be singing some different tune and just freaking going along with the wind as you always do.
I'm going to tell you what.
I'm just asking.
They are not going to beat. Tampa Bay's not going to beat them 6-0. That's just not happening. They have too much team speed. This is a team on a mission. This is a team they're saying, you know what? It's our time.
I really hope Colorado loses every fucking other game just because you are so freaking ridiculous right now. You are
all I do
is not playing good hockey, and that is also contributing to this.
You're delusional. Colorado is just playing exceptional hockey.
Colorado is a very good team.
Here's the
A
thing. You know how
very good team. Tampa is not playing very good hockey right now. I don't understand what's so controversial about those statements. It's like your statement is Tampa Bay is a very good team playing very good hockey. Colorado.
I didn't say they're playing very good hockey. What I'm saying is Colorado is playing at another level, which is forcing them into these mistakes. That's what I'm saying.
So how do you think
They're
Tampa's
quicker to
playing?
every single puck. They're just faster.
How is
Again,
Tampa
he
playing?
just steals a puck right there from Hedman behind the net because he's showing much more speed and drive.
Why is
They just are. They're just
playing with the puck
better.
behind the net?
They're just
Why is
better.
Hedman doing that?
They are just better. They just are. They're playing at a higher level, and they're playing way better than Tampa.
How do you think Tampa's playing
Period.
today?
It's not that Tampa Bay is playing poorly. It's that Colorado is playing another level. If
How do you
Tampa Bay
think
was
Tampa
playing
Bay's playing
anybody else, they'd be playing right on par or better than them. Colorado is a level above right now.
How do you think Tampa Bay is playing today?
I think
Answer that freaking question. How do you think Tampa Bay is playing today?
what I think is happening is Colorado is just
No.
they're
Answer the
outplaying
question,
them.
please.
Colorado's outplaying them by a ton.
How do you think Tampa's playing today?
I think they're getting run off the ice. I think they're getting run off the ice today by a team that's much more motivated, much more speed, much more determination, and more skill.
So you agree with me? You agree with me that Tampa's having a shitty game?
I don't say they're having a shitty game. I'm just saying the other team is vastly superior.
So
Just
how
move
would
on.
you say
Just move on.
Tampa
Just
is
move
playing?
on.
How
Just
do you
move
say
on.
Tampa's playing today? Answer the question. Good, bad, okay. How is Tampa playing?
Okay, I think they're playing okay. I think that Colorado's playing on a whole nother playing field, though.
So you think
A whole
Tampa's
nother
playing an
level.
okay game?
Yeah, I think they're doing okay. At times they look okay, but here's the thing: Colorado is just better. Period. Colorado's just better. Just because one team is better, you doesn't mean another team is playing like shit. The other team's just playing way better. You can say that in any series. In the Toronto series, for the majority of the series, which team looked better? Toronto. Tampa Bay knows how to win, though. This is not the same Tampa Bay team from the two previous years. Just isn't. Against the Rangers. Same thing against the Rangers. Shesterkin was outstanding. The first two games, I thought that Tampa Bay outplayed the Rangers for the most part. In this series, they're not outplaying Colorado. They did in the third period, but not in the first period. That's for certain. And today, Colorado's just saying, you know what? We're on a mission. They're a team on a mission.
It's the only reason I'm grilling the hell out of you in this. On Thursday, you said that Tampa, despite losing, was the way better team and deserved to win. Hold on. Please wait. You said they were the better team as a whole that game, and they deserved to win. You thought Tampa was winning the series. You said it again earlier, and now all of a sudden, when Tampa plays poorly, now you're just willing to say it's just Colorado is the best team that's ever been out there. I'm just like, I don't understand the flip-flop there.
That's not what I said. Okay, it's not what I said. What I said was that I thought that Tampa Bay ratcheted their play up in the second and third period, and certainly in the third period at the end, they had Colorado on the ropes. Yes, they did. Colorado gets the overtime goal. That's the end of that. This game here, they've been dominated. This is what it looked like in the first period of game one. Colorado right now is just playing another level. They're just playing at another level. Now, maybe it'll be different in Tampa. Right now, it's not that Tampa's playing so poor. Colorado is just playing superb. I don't see how you just can't give credit to the team that's playing. It's not like they're getting lucky breaks. They're earning everything they're getting. They're earning it. They're just playing better.
I think a lot of them, or I think Colorado is executing on the opportunities they have. I think a lot of these opportunities that they've created have a lot of them been self-inflicted wounds. A lot
That's
of
part
them
of the game. They're making the other team turn the puck over, and they're scoring. You know what? That's because they're playing better. They're skating up and down the ice. I mean, they're just coming in waves. They're good.
They are good. They're great.
Well, just give them credit instead of trying to run Tampa down.
What else
How about just give it?
They're great.
Your refusal to give anybody, their props. Well, it has to be somebody has to be playing bad. No, maybe the other team's just way better. You ever think that? They're just
now
way
here you
better.
are again saying that Tampa's not playing poorly today.
I don't think they're playing poorly. I think that Colorado is just playing off the chain good. That's what I think. They're just dominating. They just are.
Yeah, if you think Tampa's not playing poorly, let us know. If you think Tampa's playing poorly, let us know. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not going to convince you. I don't care. Jonathan G says here, "Fuck Lou." That's what this says to me. And then John M. John M says, "Good evening, gentlemen. Auburn World Series game and the Stanley Cup on next to each other." John M. You got. I tell you one thing. Maybe it's just time to watch that Auburn game.
Oh no, Auburn was down 5-0.
Oh gosh, never mind. Eve L says, "Go Avs, go!"
He's getting his wish.
Michael T says, "Can the owners get Alec Martinez from Vegas now that Vegas has Shea Weber? They have a crowded defense. Alex Martinez just signed that contract last year. I think he wants to stay in Vegas.
Yeah, I don't think that that Weber's going to play.
Dave C said, "This lighting makes you look better, TJ." Thank you, Dave. It was just the lighting that made me look bald. It made me look old. It made me look not great before Grumpy. It was just the lighting.
Actually, I think because it's dark now.
I'm further away.
When there's too much light on, you don't look so good.
Thanks,
and Dave was the one who provided the lighting. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Dave's a great guy.
Michael T said, "TJ, what's with the echo? And it sounds like you're in the bathroom." Yeah, I was running the mic off my laptop. It wasn't good. Goon says, "Hi, TJ and Grump. How cool will I look wearing my authentic Dave Del
Brad BRAD. Come on. Even you should be able to spell
Brad Del Borno fisherman jersey at next season at UBS Arena. Also, should I be proud or ashamed of this investment?"
Okay. Do you like the jersey? You should be proud. If you don't like it, I'm not saying you should be ashamed, but whatever. I like the fisherman jersey. You should wear it proudly.
I've got fisherman hat, so I'll wear that with pride.
I got a fisherman jersey.
David S says, "I'm glad the Rangers are out of it."
Everybody except for Joe agrees with that.
Michael T says, "Be proud, Goon." Absolutely. I'll tell you one thing. Colorado looked like they were kind of, I don't know, number 4 looked like he was kind of grabbing a little bit of the arm. My God, just look at this.
They're not calling anything. The refs aren't calling anything.
Time to dirty shit up, then. The game's over.
Now that should be a penalty.
Yeah, go and knee him. That was a clear kneeing violation.
I think that should have been a penalty. Right?
I about to say, right? They say go dirty shit up. That's exactly what I mean. They're going to start.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying run guys a little roughing it up after
knows what it takes to win, right?
A little roughing up. They have to change the tenor of the game. They have to change the tenor of the game. All of a sudden, they're running guys. All of a sudden, Tampa's playing much better. Oh my God. Well, because they're able to play their
Colorado's sitting back on their fucking heels. Colorado's known to do this.
Why though? Because of the physicality that Tampa's starting to play
when
with.
they get a lead, they fucking sit back all
the time. Have you ever watched a hockey game before, ever in your life?
They always do that. It's the reason why when Colorado was up by 5 goals against Edmonton and Edmonton tie the game, then have Colorado score 3 and win. And dude, this is Colorado's MO.
Maybe, like I said, here's what you need. Get a television, get cable, watch some hockey games, watch other teams like I do. You'll become a little bit more educated because right now you're failing in that regard.
Speaking over them, talking about somebody got injured. They're talking about the injury report. You're speaking over it. 95.
Rantanen.
Okay. He's getting evaluated still at the moment. Ooh. Tell me if he doesn't have a broken hand. It's Burakovsky.
Oh, I thought that Rantanen was 95. Okay,
no,
my bad.
Burakovsky. Tell me that doesn't affect a little bit the series if Burakovsky has a broken hand.
Okay, he probably doesn't have a broken hand. Maybe he's got a little bruised pinky.
Hit him on the thumb. But that's fine. I'm just telling you, right? Expect things to start getting dirty. I just have that feeling. Anytime you get in a Stanley Cup, things will get physical. There might be a fight or two before the end of the game.
Well, they should, but that's really not Tampa's style. But that's what they should. They should
do. I'm not saying you should go out with the intent to injure, but they do need to get physical and goon it up a bit. Because you're right, they do need to change up a little bit how things are being done.
Stop talking? Yes. Will he ever stop talking? That's what I said. A period ago? Again, what a save! Holy shit! What a save!
The shot wasn't even on net. It was a pass again.
It was a save.
No, it was another pass. It was a good job by Pat Maroon. No.
Oh my God! See what I mean? I mean, he got able to get
Why
it back,
is
but
McDonough not passing the puck earlier? He's like,
they're
what are you
getting their pockets
in
picked.
the fucking
Look
end?
look at the aggression that Colorado's showing. They're just like
McDonough is
bees
not a
on freaking
defenseman. He's
honey out
taking the
there.
puck from end to end.
They're like bees on honey.
Oh,
They're
dude.
just on fire right now. And
Like you're unwilling, dude. If any other defenseman gets their pocket picked, you'd say, "Why the hell are you doing such a lazy, lackadaisical exit out of the zone?" But because it's Colorado, you say Colorado is like a freaking goddamn bee on honey. It doesn't matter that there was a mistake made by Tampa. Colorado does everything.
You need to watch more hockey games on like a bigger phone than your phone screen.
That's
all
the
I have to
only
say.
thing you have to say that you can't substantiate why you do that, because you do. Everybody does.
Oh my God! Again, what a save, Vasilevsky! Spectacular. It's that speed. They get them standing still because they're skating backwards and they're coming at 100 miles an hour up the ice at them.
Hold on, that's hockey. Defense are always backpedaling. What are you talking about?
How much? But look at the speed they're coming into the zone. Oh, you know what? The more I listen,
3-on-2. It was 3 Tampa and 2 Colorado, and they let them split them like freaking split cheese. Like
there's so much more talent.
Nice for butter.
Oh my God! Like I said, the more I listen to you talk, the less I think your knowledge about hockey is. I think you have no knowledge of the game at all. None.
Grumpy, I've never thought less of your opinion on hockey today than I ever had before until today.
You're like Omar from Qatar, your first day ever seeing ice.
You're like Charles Wong.
You know nothing about
the New York Islanders. You're like Charles Wong when he bought the New York Islanders, asking if we could throw a sumo wrestler in
some
there.
more comments. See if you can get some more comments and not mess up names like Brad. Let's see if you can do that.
You sound like freaking Charles Wong.
You
sound like Charles freaking Wong right now, asking if we could throw a sumo wrestler out there. Now he's going to cover up more than that, right? It's going to do a better job, right?
B-R-A-D.
How about that?
Braid. B-R-A-D. Braid. Brad Delgarno. Jeez, man. Get to another comment.
I think so little of what you're talking about right now.
Hurry up,
little, Grump. Unbelievably
Let's
little.
go, Braid. Keep moving, Braid.
TJ and Grump on Saturday night. Oh, yeah, says John M. Absolutely. Well, now with Grump, I'm not sure about that. Sunday Sand says, can you guys see the YouTube comments? Absolutely. Scott L says here, we all are here. We're glad the Rangers are out. Colorado has too much speed for Tampa, and their passing is quick without hesitation. And on the stick, their one-timer is deadly. The Avalanche just swing with Tampa. Go.
Thank you, Michael T.
Tampa's done. What?
Thank you. Seems like the fans are agreeing with me, not you, TJ. It's Colorado, not Tampa.
No, Grumpy, don't let it confuse.
Okay, I won't let it confuse.
Don't let it confuse.
Too much speed for Tampa. Okay, right. Okay, you're right. Keep going. Let's see how many other fans.
Hold on. Stop. McCarr. Okay, I thought they were talking. McCarr may have just left for the bench, but no, he's still there. They were zooming in on the need of the action.
Well, that's how they're going to have to play them. They're going to have to be physical to slow
them
down.
They don't call anything. Gonna have to goon it up
again. McKinnon. Look at the wizardry, and he's a big guy too. He's not some little small guy.
He's 6'1", 6'2".
He's 6'2", but he can skate.
He just got rode off the puck. Good. So you got to do.
Oh my God!
What?
You're ridiculous.
That's what you're supposed to do as a defenseman. Okay. Holy shit! What, Grumpy? You did a great job before then. Played with the puck too much, then lost the puck.
I'm just able to give people their props when they're playing really well. You're not.
Oh my God! I'm also
You're so negative. I'm
doing what they're supposed to do. They're not doing a great job.
The other team doing a great job.
Okay, sure.
The other team
is doing a terrible job out there on the ice. Anyway, just imagine if we had Devon Toews on our team right now, still minus Barry Trotz. I'd be a happy guy.
We would need a defenseman this offseason. That's for certain.
Mm-hmm.
We could put all of our eggs into getting some forwards basket. Oh, Tampa looks like the Islanders. That's right. Not fast enough to keep up with the real
shoot as fuck hockey. Yep. Says Tampa looks like the Islanders. Drill said, I was just about to say the same thing. Maybe age has finally caught up with Tampa.
That's what a lot of people are saying. They're a veteran team.
Tampa hasn't looked bad though, Grumpy. They've looked okay today. Per you, they've looked okay. They've done an okay job.
Colorado's way better. That's right. I think Colorado's look better than Tampa's look bad. That's not even close. Colorado just looks way better. And it's just, they're just playing with a purpose.
Scott L saying here, Colorado getting behind Tampa's defense. Also, Tampa's defense not picking up anyone in front of the net. Thank you, Scott. It's almost like Tampa's not doing their job on their own end. Who would figure?
Again, look at the speed. Look at the speed again. And it's 5-0. It's the speed. He just jumps in zone. Safe between two guys.
What do you think Vasilevsky just did right there? That was a freaking shot, an unimpeded shot beyond the freaking faceoff dot again. A wrist misses.
Top shelf foreside. Top shelf
Dude,
foreside.
you got to make that save.
Oh,
you got to make that save. You have to make that fucking save. You have to fucking make that save. If I'm John Cooper, yank his fucking ass out. Goodbye.
Again. Top shelf. Top corner. Please.
Got to make that save. Got to make that save.
Top corner. That's a great shot.
Got to make that save. It goes right over his shoulder. It goes right up. Got to make that save. Have to make that save.
You're delusional.
Got to make that save.
You're hitting in the top corner off the top of the crossbar and in. That's a great shot.
It hit the top corner. It did hit up there, Grumpy. Did hit the very top corner. It's not like it hit up the damn crossbar and in. Grumpy was up there, though. It was a hell of a shot. Here's the thing, though. Vasilevsky's the best goalie in the world. You have got to make saves. Vasilevsky. Got to. Have to.
I don't
know. They're talking about it right now. My God.
They're not saying that he played it poorly. FYI.
Darren fucking Helm.
Good shot. Here's the thing. When you have your second and third line players playing out their ass, it's your time.
Got to make a save, buddy. Got to make a save.
He already made 3 or 4 of those point blank saves.
That wasn't a point blank. It's another shot from beyond the faceoff dot. It's not point blank, man.
It's a good shot. It's a good shot. Goalies get beat by that shot all the time. Why? Because goalies cover the bottom half of the net. They don't cover the top. If you can pick corners at the top, you're going to score a lot of goals in the NHL today. Period.
Is that one that Vasilevsky wants back, or is he say, "Oh, I'm okay giving up. I'm okay giving up that goal 100% of the time"?
Yes.
You're fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
I can't work with you sometimes. Max P says, "What's up, fellas? Glad you guys are both back in action. Hope you're having a great summer. And let's go Avalanche. Take it to them," says Max Power. What's up, Max? How are you today? Jeremy F said, "A good Saturday evening, fellas. Hope you're both doing well. A Colorado win should help Lou shift more towards speed and a skill team as opposed to Tampa Bay winning."
We would have to get rid of, I want to say on this team, 16 or 17 players if we wanted to go for more speed. So that's not going to change, unfortunately, Jeremy. I don't think it's going to change Lou's thinking at all.
Well, I would say, no, it's not 16 or 17. Come
really?
on.
How many players on our team do you think can skate with Colorado? 5, 6?
3 or 4?
Okay, there you go. Everybody else needs to go.
Okay, there's 18 skaters on the ice, man. You said 16 or 17 had to replace. Matt
I'm including goalies too.
Yeah, guess what? I'm not worried about. I think Sorokin is faster than Darcy Kemper. Okay.
Oh, there you go. But I'm including goalies.
Yeah. Okay. Now stop, please. You just messed it up. But anyway, no, I think Dobson skates
again. Another break. Huge save on a breakaway. Hey, he should have let that one in.
It's a good save. That's a good save.
Oh my God, another spectacular save. Back-to-back spectacular saves.
Look at the defense. Look at the defense, dude.
Okay, because Colorado's buzzing around. You wind up standing
around. Two guys have one Colorado Avalanche.
Oh, you know nothing about the game. I tell you what, honestly, the fact that you cannot admit that it's Colorado making Tampa look like this is astounding to me.
Colorado is making
all over them. They're like white on white all over them.
You're going to stop talking? Colorado is making Tampa look like this, but Tampa Bay is not doing a good job marking men, and they're not doing a good job with spatial awareness.
What do you think
about that?
They can't keep up with them. They're just too fast. And now, see, they started a fight. Absolutely. You got to change the tenor of the game. Not for today, but for the next.
They're fighting the wrong guy. They're fighting the wrong guy out there. You should drop the gloves and just cold cock one of the best players on the team. You go, You go mix it up with a guy
Corey
like
Perry,
McKinnon.
veteran
You go
Corey
mix it up.
Perry.
You go ahead and impose your will on a guy like McCarr. That's what you do. You don't fight a nobody, Corey Perry. Come on. And they're just getting a little mixing it up. I mean, dude, Tampa's looked miserable today. Miserable. They have looked miserable today.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want. Tampa's looked okay. Okay. Sounds good, buddy. Good luck.
Colorado is just vastly superior right now.
Okay.
Vastly superior.
One
Sorry.
question, TJ. Do you like horror? Yeah, I like horror movies.
He doesn't know shit about movies. He knows nothing about movies. Nothing. I bet he couldn't even name a horror film. Can you name 5 horror films, TJ?
Yes,
5.
I can. Dale and Tucker versus Evil's a good one. Look at this.
Who?
Dale and Tucker versus Evil's a good one.
That's not a horror movie.
It is a horror movie. You don't know what it is.
That movie blows. Can you name a horror movie?
Can you tell me any actors in that movie because you know it blows?
No, because they suck. I don't even
know what the movie's about.
Not even a movie. Name a horror movie. Name an all-time horror movie.
Grumpy, I'm not even entertaining this. I'm not even entertaining this. You're pathetic.
Because you can't.
You're pathetic. Why don't you tell me Tampa's playing a good game out there again today? You're great, buddy. You're great. Keep it going. Hey. And Michael T said, "Are we not going to talk Islanders hockey?" Oh, no, we'll talk some Islanders hockey. I mean, hell, now it's a blowout, right? 5-0. Well, Tampa's playing pretty good hockey though, so we could. I mean, we're going to keep covering the game, obviously, but we'll be talking Islanders hockey. Anything that pops up in there, we'll talk about. We figured this may have been a close game, or may have been some sort of entertaining action after game 1. But I mean, Vasilevsky 14 saves on 19 shots against. Oof, not a good night for him.
And he's made about 6 point blank, 2 breakaway saves, but it's his fault. Okay, sure.
It's not his fault.
Colorado's just better. They're just better. Just better. Nothing wrong losing to a better team.
Colorado's team mercy is Bauer skates with Boeing 737 engines.
That's right. They're just faster.
David S says here, lose a moron for getting rid of him.
100% agree. Getting rid of Devon.
And then Paulo C said Colorado is not Florida or the Rangers. Colorado is a bite like Toronto.
Bit.
But even better with more speed and 2 very strong offensive forward lines. Grumpy, you can read every comment.
I can read every comment. John Cooper might need to take a note out of Barry Trotz's playbook for this series. My gosh, forget it. He knows. Look at his face. He never looked worried against the Islanders playing him. He looks very concerned. He's like, shit, can we even win 1 game at home? I don't know. We're in trouble. That's what he's saying. We're in trouble.
Nice comment, buddy.
I finally figured out TJ looks like Kevin Hart's boss in Central Intelligence. See if you can post that picture up, TJ.
We're trying to get to. You're going to tell us any little anecdote about Central Intelligence, Grump, as we're pulling that up?
It was actually a pretty good movie.
I figured this would be right up your alley. No?
It was a pretty good movie with The Rock and Kevin Hart. I kind of enjoyed it. The Rock, it shows, they used to be high school. Kevin Hart was the big man on campus, and The Rock was some freaking goof. And then, for the 10-year reunion, Kevin Hart, his career, he's no longer the big man on campus. And The Rock, who was embarrassed mightily at like the end of the season thing, end of the year party, whatever the hell was, or group thing, comes back as The Rock and was working for the government. And they wound up getting, mixing it up a little bit, trying to solve crime. It was cute. I enjoyed it, I have to say.
I'm trying to find the cast and crew to see who I could find that is this boss character.
Look under movie. I know it's not MOVIE because I know it's something you know nothing about. I will spell it for you. Central Intelligence movie.
Obviously, I know that. But Grumpy, when I'm trying to see who is the boss, it doesn't say. It's like a quick, easy Google search says, "Oh, who's the boss?"
Well, Who's the Boss was a TV show with Tony Danza and Judith Light on ABC back in the 1980s with Alyssa Milano.
No matter what, I don't mind if I'm being thrown in the same hat with a guy. I don't know who he's saying I'm looking like. I assume not looking like the boss. I don't know who that is, but
you look like Timothy. You look like Timothy John Smith. Pull up his picture right there. Pull that picture up. There you go.
Picture.
There you are. Blank.
Okay, there it is.
I don't know who the boss was.
Okay, moving along. More comments, Grump.
Grumpy, you got to find something to be grumpy about. LOL.
Michael T.
Tampa sucks. Were always overrated. Totally disagree.
Paulo C.
Tampa never played against a fast team except Toronto, which I think Toronto deserved that series. True. I've been saying that for a while. Grumpy, is it possible that TJ is your son? Either way, can you please recreate the notorious I Am Your Father segment from The Empire Strikes Back for our viewing, listening pleasure? Well, I don't think TJ would be able to pull off the Luke Skywalker part. He's like,
Go ahead, Grump.
Luke. He says, search your feelings. He says, no. He says, I am your father. No. And he just, he lets go and dives down. Yeah, it was good. And then he falls for it. He's on the transport. He's like, Luke. He's like, Father? Out of nowhere. He's like in a totally different ship. It's like, Father? I mean, didn't take much. Another spectacular save by Vasilevsky.
Okay, again. Jesus Christ.
He only makes so many saves.
Just in transition, they're just miserable.
Yeah, Colorado just dominant. They're just dominant. Oh, they're on the power play too. But actually, 5-on-5s look like the power play as well. So really tough to tell the difference.
Nick D, another comment, Grump.
Tampa scores early in the second period. They'll tie the game. I think 3-0 is the worst lead you can have. 2-0 is probably the worst lead, but it's 5-0 now, so they're not coming back. Sorry.
Paul W said Lambert drafted 13. Sal P. There you go, Grumpy. Read Sal P. But you got to ham it up, though, Grumpy. You got to let everybody know what Sal P's wearing, Grumpy. Come on, it's your job now.
Sal Portelli says, good evening, guys. Damn Colorado looking dominant. I really didn't see it playing out like this. I'm grateful Tampa's losing, but I thought they would grind down the Avs. I thought the same thing, Sal. Nice shirt, by the way.
That's it? Nice shirt, by the way. This is how you run. This is how you read. Yeah, visible.
I read the comments. All right.
You don't provide any entertainment value, Grumpy.
Okay. You think when you read the comments, you're providing entertainment value? Your ability to butcher the name Brad is maybe the all-time low for you.
Why don't you just tell me Tampa Bay is playing okay hockey tonight?
Why don't you just tell me
how more 2-on-1s and breakaways do we need to see to say Tampa's playing okay hockey? You know what it looks like? It looks like Tampa Bay just got done doing wind sprints, 2 hours of wind sprints before the fucking game. That's how much it looks like they got fucking cement. It looks like they put Quickcrete at the bottom of every fucking goddamn pair of Tampa's skates today.
Why don't you tell us again how Anders Lee is a better player than Patrick Kane?
It's pathetic.
It is pathetic. Next comment.
You're pathetic.
Next comment, please.
Yeah, okay.
You are the Anders Lee of co-hosts.
Grumpy, you do a fantastic job. Go ahead, Grump.
Grump, you should read the comments all the time. You do a fantastic job. Thank you very much, Nick D.
That was over an hour ago until he saw this. It's a terrible display. Here you go, Grump. Joseph C.
All the work it will take for Tampa to get back from 3-0 in consecutive games, they're done tonight, in my honest opinion. You're 100% right, Joseph.
That's not what that comment says. It's in my opinion, Grump. Grumpy! Get your acronyms right, Grump. Not my honest opinion. That would be an H.
In my opinion. IMO. In my opinion.
In my honest opinion.
There's no H. It's in my opinion.
You said.
Oh my God.
Grumpy,
okay,
that's right, Grump. Grumpy. He didn't say in my honest opinion. He said in my opinion. Yeah. Okay. Keep going, Grumpy. Paulo C.
Vasilevsky had no chance on any goal.
Please stop blaming him.
Please stop blaming him.
Paulo, buddy. Best goalie in the world's got to make saves.
Next comment.
Simple as that. Best goalie in the world's got to make
Next comment.
Why are you rushing me through my response?
Let's go, Captain Embarrassment.
Your character. It's a lot more fun doing your character. It's a lot more fun, a lot less work. You go, Michael T.
Trotz is still talking to Winnipeg, says Michael T. They're just not going to give him the GM job, so he can keep talking all he wants.
I was about to say, he really wants that GM job, is right. Nick D says,
ABC is doing better than Sportsnet. The only person that's good on Sportsnet panel is Kevin Bieksa.
As the great Don Cherry would say, Kevin Bieksa. What do you used to call him? Kevin Bieska?
I had it, but then, of course, you even butchered the butchered version, so I don't remember.
He calls him Kevin Bieska. That's what he called him. Kevin Bieska, which is he was the only person to call him that, too. He always calls him Kevin Bieska.
Maybe his name should be Kevin Bieska.
Yeah.
Braid.
John M. Grumpy.
Guys, You have to remember this Tampa team is not the same roster as the last 2 seasons. 100% correct.
Yep.
They lost their third grit line from last season. They will not have an answer for the Avs. He's 100% right. These are all valid points, John. But here's the thing. When you're dealing with TJ, totally irrational and brain dead when it comes to hockey, I don't expect them to understand that. It's nice to talk to rational people such as you, John. Thank you.
Here's the thing. I think that at home, I think Tampa wins the next 2 games. I think they do. I don't think they come out playing like a freaking pile of shit like they did today. I don't think they come out like what they've got lead in their ass. I think they respond back and they win the next 2 games at home. I think it's a 2-2 series headed back to Colorado. You know what else I think? Right? This is not the same Tampa team. I said the same thing earlier. I agree with you. This is not the same Tampa team. This is not as good of a Tampa team as been in past. But when you're getting out-hustled, outworked, it just, dude, that's an effort thing. Good, Grumpy. Got more comments though for you, Grumpy. No time for drinks, Grump. David D.
Colorado just too fast. Thank you, David.
Alexander.
Did you guys happen to check out Jan Ruda's pregame routine? No.
Michael T. Grumpy.
The 2 cups Tampa won are pandemic-related cups. No. They're not regular, normal NHL season Stanley Cups. Okay, true, they were pandemic-era cups, but they were easily the best team in the league those 2 years. And even the Islanders could have competed for a cup in those 2 years.
Unique Bolts pregame routine. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up here, Grumpy, so we'll have it.
Why don't you get to the next comment?
I thought you were trying to drink, but there you go. Uh-oh.
John Smith says maybe Perry can get traded to Colorado this offseason and try again. That's right. This has been 3 straight years that he has been in the Stanley Cup Finals. And it looks like if he loses this year, he'll be lost every single year.
Hold on. Here you go.
Brad Wayner says, couldn't imagine Trotz in Edmonton. He tried to do to McDavid what he did to Barzal. Yeah, that wouldn't have happened. It doesn't matter. He's not going there. I wonder if he's even going to have a job next year. If he keeps on overplaying his hand and thinking that he wants to be a GM, here's the thing. If you were looking for a new general manager, would you want Barry Trotz or one of the assistant GMs from Tampa or Colorado? I'd take the guy from Colorado. That's who I'd take.
Yeah.
Here we go. Looks like TJ going to the bathroom, making sure, hey, can I see where the bowl is? I don't know. This is every single podcast.
The puck is, Grumpy, but yes. Okay. Here's the thing. He's just making sure he's got his mobility there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Work on his awareness, Grumpy. Look at there. It's almost like people turn around a little bit. You're getting all loose. Nice little pregame ritual. Thanks, Alexander, for sending that to us. Drew L says, you go.
Also, since TJ didn't see the comment, I sent you a meme on the Islanders Never Say Die. So he sent you a meme.
Didn't relay that message to me.
I just read the comments. I figured you should at least be following what's going on the web.
That was when I was out, Grumpy. But go ahead, Max P.
Honestly, though, Tampa has never faced a team with this much speed and overall talent in their recent success. This is unfamiliar territory for them. If they lose tonight, I doubt they win 4 out of 5. I 100% agree.
Okay, here we go.
Next comment, please.
I'm trying to get the fucking meme pulled up. You
Grump.
You fucking absolute.
Okay, here's the thing. Hey, Grump, have you ever seen one of those? TJ, you know what that word is? Don't even waste your time.
Pulled up, bro.
Don't even waste your time. Telenovelas, Carlos and Lucy will get you on the edge of your seat. I have not seen those. Sorry.
Okay.
I would have loved to see. You know what I would have liked to see, TJ? I would have loved to see you absolutely freaking butcher the word telenovela. You know what you would have done?
I know. Hold on. I know what telenovela is, Grumpy. Believe it or not, we used to watch telenovelas, Grumpy, when we were in Spanish class for the freaking 18 years that we took, or however many, 15 years, 14 years, however many it was in grade school and then in college. You had to take Spanish class. You'd watch a telenovela, Grumpy. So again, I'm familiarized with it.
So
try though.
So you're saying that you were in elementary school for 15, 16, 17, 18 years. It explains a lot. I just would like to see
14 years of Spanish plus, because you had to take it in college too.
I would have just liked to see you butcher the word telenovela, because I know you would have.
I know how to pronounce telenovelas.
Really? Because you butchered bread earlier today and called it braid. I'm just saying.
Bread. Here you go, Grumpy. Another comment for you.
I'm watching 2001: A Space Odyssey instead of the game. Grump, do you like Kubrick's films? Absolutely. Stanley Kubrick, one of the greatest directors of all time. His movies were phenomenal. Phenomenal. My son wants to do a movie podcast, and I'm like, dude, if you want to start one up, I'm gung ho because, as everyone knows, I'm a huge movie buff. We would not bring TJ on that show because, well, he's never seen a movie. So
honestly though, that would be cool as shit. I would invite Grumpy, and I will bring actually some real. I'll bring the real to the show, Grumpy, because guess what? I think I add a different level.
You do.
That would allow your podcast to take the
everyone.
jump.
I feel bad for you because you'd be like, it would be like Punching Bag Alley, and then we'd show TJ not knowing anything about a movie, and then me and my son would talk about movies, the inner workings.
Watch it, and I could tell you what really happened in the movie. Is it like a movie club? Like people do book clubs. We can watch a movie a week, and like, okay, this week we're watching the movie Holes, or this week we're watching a movie
Holes. So you want to start a movie club, and the first movie you want to watch is Holes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to tell him we will start doing a movie podcast, and we'll let TJ pick the movies eventually, but the first one will not be Holes. I'm just going to say the first review will not be Holes.
We're doing a review on the hot new movie Holes. Okay. I know this came out 15 years ago, and it's just like a little feel-good movie that you take your kid to the movie theaters. But we're covering Holes today.
Can I ask you a question? Can you name one Stanley Kubrick film that's not 2001: Space Odyssey?
I don't even know who the fuck he is, so no, I couldn't name any.
Thank you very much,
Kubrick films.
Kanye. Right there, he doesn't even know who Stanley Kubrick is. Okay. Oh my
and
God.
The only reason you knew it wasn't Trevor was Tyler McGill. Alexander fucking bailed your ass out. Now I see the freaking receipts. Grumpy didn't know. He tried to pretend like he knew that on his own. Alexander gave it to him. Thanks now, Grumpy. Pretend like you did it again. Here you go. Grump, Frank K's got a comment. Keep reading.
He's a Mets pitcher, TJ.
Keep reading, Drew.
Honestly.
Drew else got a comment.
Not going to lie. Speaking of the Yankees, I hope they sign Lorenzo Cain. I think he's done. They don't need him.
There you go, Grumpy. There's another one. Michael T.
Tyler McGill, not Taylor McGill.
Matthew S. got a comment for you, Grumpy.
What's up, guys? Just got home for the Mets game. Great win. Holy shit, Colorado. He's 100% right there.
Anthony Orr's got a comment for you, Grumpy.
What do you think about Nikita Zadorev? You would have butchered that one. No space.
I know Nikita.
Yeah, you're butchering it now. You're butchering it now. I just said it. As soon as they don't put spaces in there, TJ's lost. What is it? To play left-handed D paired with Dobson on the second pair. He's a big body, loves to hit, has an edge to him. 6'6", 235, 27 years old. He's not good enough. He's not mobile enough. They need an offensively a puck mover for another left-handed defenseman, and they need to team him with Pulak so Dobson can play with Pelech. That's what they need to do, because Pulak's not good enough as of a puck mover to have him on that first pair.
Zadorov never really panned out to what he was supposed to be either. I mean,
he's a big physical presence, but he's a throwback.
He's not a great defenseman.
He's a throwback defenseman, big and physical, not a whole lot of speed.
Mobile. There's a lot of things he struggles with here. True. This is the comment is he sent us a meme saying Josh Hosang asking questions, and this is Anders Lee and Barry Trotz.
No. 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 Nope.
There we go.
Nope.
Just no, Grumpy.
Nope.
Just no. Give me a sec here. I don't know. He sent us a little video. Who is this? I don't know what that is. I think he sent that by accident. Then one after. Okay. Next comment, Grumpy.
Okay. If the Yankees can make Matt Carpenter look good, why shouldn't Lorenzo Cain? Matt Carpenter doesn't play a whole lot, first of all. I have a bad feeling, grumpy old man, that Fredo is our next GM. God, I hope not. Lou is grooming his son to take over. Islanders ownership gives Lou full control because he's respected throughout the NHL. Here's the thing. That would be an absolutely colossal blunder, letting Fredo anywhere near UBS Arena.
UBS freaking Arena, Grump. Joseph C says here, go ahead, Grumpy, get another comment.
Yeah, Anaheim social media tweeted, "You sure the Vegas' announcement of the Dadonov trade? LOL."
My God, think about that though. They trade him to one of the teams that were on the do not trade do list. I don't know how you screw something up that simple.
Yeah.
My God. Here you go, Grumpy. Another comment.
TJ either needs an empty spackle bucket next to him or some adult diapers, maybe. LOL. There you go. He probably also said another comment. I have a urologist with your name on it.
Surely it's Tony Cheese has a comment.
What's up, guys? I'm a little late. Can I get the rundown of what's happened to Tampa? Yeah, TJ started rooting for them. Turned them into a dumpster fire.
Tampa Bay has played a poor game. Grumpy thinks they look okay. They don't look bad. This is just Colorado looking like they could have beat the freaking Russians back in the day. It looks like Colorado could beat any conglomeration that you would have thrown out there on the ice. Colorado would have smoked them the way they're playing today. And the way when you speak that highly about a team, it pisses me off because guess what? They're never as good as you think and they're never as bad as you think. Okay. They're always somewhere in the middle. It's how it always is in sports. You're never as good. You're never as bad. Colorado's a damn good team, right? But Tampa Bay's playing a pretty piss poor game.
14-2 in the playoffs. That's pretty damn good. Any way you look at it. 14-2 in the playoffs.
Teams they played
damn good.
Fucking atrocious.
14-2.
They played
14 wins,
Louis.
2 losses in the playoffs.
That's correct. Just like you do all the time when you talk about how the Islanders were lucky to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I want to do the same reason. I could explain why they're 14-2 in the playoffs right now, Grumpy, because they played a miserable, I'm lucky to squeak into the playoffs, Nashville Predators. They played the St. Louis Blues without their starting goalie. They played the St. Louis Blues with the backup in net. And then I played no defense, the Edmonton Oilers, Grumpy. So there you go. That's how
here's
they
the difference. Here's the difference. They're throttling the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions.
Because they are playing like shit.
Throttling. They're great.
Earlier on this game, when I told you Colorado looked dominant like they did in game 1, you said, no, this is nothing at all like how they looked at game 1. And now you've changed it too. I'm just like, dude, you say that shit. You're right. Gump, if I was there,
Tampa Bay played much better in the second, third periods of game 1. And they did. And they had Colorado on the ropes in the third period. Had them on the ropes.
No, you said that Colorado didn't look as good this first period as they did last first period. And
that's right. At that particular time that you mentioned it, that's what I said. That's right. Next,
Brett W.
This is definitely not the Tampa we're used to seeing.
I agree.
True.
I agree with
Colorado's making them look pedestrian. Very true.
Goon says here.
Grumpy, am I hallucinating or are the Avs playing like the Paul Stanley Cup winning era Islanders? They're playing like the team that went 16-3 when we beat Minnesota, the North Stars in the final. I think that was the third year, the third cup run. I don't forget, but we were just absolutely dominant that year for certain.
Michael T said the Islanders need a kid line, and you two are like a comedic skit from the movie Airplane.
That's right. Have you ever seen the movie Airplane, DJ?
No. Here's the thing. Anytime we're doing this movie podcast, every single time we're talking about things, I've never seen these movies before.
TJ's one of those guys, and I get on my son honestly about it as well. Unless they're in a movie theater watching a movie, they probably are watching it, but they're on their phone as well.
No, I watched the movie. I don't play on my phone.
What movies? Can you name a movie you've seen? Because
you know what movie I watched yesterday? It took me 3 attempts because I fell asleep the first time. I fell asleep last night, and I watched the rest of it today. I watched Harold and Kumar go to White Castle for the first time. It took 3 times to get through it, but I watched it. I think it was on my phone, Grumpy.
What's that movie, 45 minutes long?
It was quite funny. It was quite humorous.
How could you not stay awake for that movie? What was it, like 97 minutes long, 87 minutes long?
Put it on in the evening, and I fell asleep.
Usually, when I'm watching a movie and I fall asleep, the movie's not very good.
I fall asleep all the time. It just happens. Paulo C says, TJ, don't ever compare Tampa to the 80s Cup years, the Islanders and the 70s Canadians and the 80s Oilers. I would not even compare Tampa to the 90s Red Wings or the 90s Penguins. Here's the thing. If they come back and they win both games at home and they manage to take this year, this is Tampa we're talking about here, guys. They win these next 2 games at home. They win the series. Yeah, you're going to be singing a different tune. You're saying, oh, Colorado was so great. They're so dominant. They were the best team out there on the ice, and Tampa still won.
Here's the difference. All those teams was before the advent of free agency and salary cap. It's totally different game now. So teams that win more consecutive times now is way harder than it used to be.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready for puck drop here in the third period. I want to get to this last comment.
Well, we're going to go through comments, Grumpy. During the third. It's a 5-0 game.
Oh, he doesn't need cable, Grump. The game is on free TV ABC. Get an antenna, TJ. Do you even know what an antenna is? Nope. Doesn't know that either.
I've got the game on my phone. I'm watching it on
this freaking phone.
How big it is, Grumpy? This is a big phone. I'm able to see what goes on this thing.
Oh, my God. Okay, you wonder why I question anything you'd see. Next comment.
Niskutsin for MVP.
He's looking good.
TJ language. Laughing. Not sure this. Grumpy, your Bolts are getting on. That's right. He did say
they are.
Bolts.
Absolutely. I picked Tampa Bay in the series.
He's changing his tune.
Like I said, it's no crime when you're beat by a better team. They're getting beat by a better team. Nothing wrong with that.
And again, Tampa has not looked good today. What's wrong with saying that? You can't throw that in that Tampa hasn't looked good today.
I think that Colorado has looked fantastic. It's more like Colorado.
Every Colorado has scored. You say it's all Colorado, and Tampa's done everything okay.
It's not what I said. It's not what I said. You're once again mischaracterizing. You're once again mischaracterizing what I said. I think it's way more Colorado just playing at a higher level than Tampa playing crappy.
I disagree.
Okay.
Disagree. Simple as that.
Next comment.
TJ
Grumpy is right. Colorado has put their game to another level, especially since the Edmonton series. He's right. Nothing wrong with that.
The Avalanche are totally dominating Tampa. Grumpy's
1,000% right. Thank you.
Call him out, TJ. Call him out. That's right, Michael T. That's right. That's right. That's right, Michael T. That's right. This old senile man just doesn't quite understand hockey anymore.
Okay.
This old senile man. I definitely recall Grumpy saying Colorado's in trouble. Thank you very Michael T. That's right.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's exactly what I said.
In trouble in the first game. He also said that on our podcast, if I recall.
I did.
On the Islanders podcast.
I did.
Memory.
I said Colorado's in trouble. I said I thought Colorado was going to win the series. And I said whoever wins this game, if Colorado had lost this game, I said Tampa was going to win the series. Colorado's winning the series. This is the game right here. This is it. This is the game, the series right here.
This is not the series game. You said that earlier, and I didn't want to say anything rude because I had a whole bunch of stuff, but that's ridiculous, man.
Okay.
They're 2 away games. Away games, man.
TJ, Tampa's played Montreal and Dallas in their 2 Cup finals. Tampa didn't play anyone in the finals, but now against Colorado, we're seeing that Tampa never played a team like this. Well, I just think that they're kind of right now, Colorado's kind of a unicorn for the NHL. It's what the NHL wants to be, a team with dominant speed and super skill. And it's on full display here.
Okay. Tampa Bay has dominant skill.
No, not anymore. They used to, but they're not anymore. They're more of a grinded out team. Oh, that was in the net. I could have swore that was in the net.
I don't know. It looked like it was kind of trickling over.
Like I said, Kemper's not much in goal. If they get anything going, they can put the puck behind it. Again, somehow 2-on-1, and it's
here you go. Let's see if you can
2-on-1 shorthanded because they
have been fucking abominable today. Yank his ass so far out of the fucking net where you say, buddy, you're not seeing the damn net until next game.
Now, I think, honestly, they should take him out only because of the score. He's not the reason they're losing.
Dude, it's a fucking another wrister. It's a wrister from the freaking face-off dot. Your goalie has to fucking make a save occasionally. He has got to make fucking saves. That is what the Stanley Cup Finals. That is what your goalie's supposed to do. Make a fucking save.
Cale Makar.
Make a fucking save.
He beat him far side again. He got beat
He's
far
been
side.
beating far side every time when they've done it. Have you not noticed
It
that?
happened.
They're
They
going
go
low. They're going low blocker side every fucking time.
Okay.
He can't save it. He's not positioned well right now.
Okay, you know nothing about the game. Nothing about goaltending, about the game, or anything.
Hey, Tampa's still playing okay hockey. Approved by Grumpy. Right? They're down 6-0. They're playing okay. It's not that Tampa's not playing well right now. It's that Colorado is so fucking good, and Tampa's playing okay hockey. Keep dying on that hill, Grumpy. Keep dying on that hill.
I've watched one. You blew through a comment that I was going to read. I watched one heartbreak in 2014 losing to the Kings. If Tampa's playing this bad, the Rangers would have been embarrassed. Exactly. Colorado's just the best team in the league. That's just it. And they've absolutely showed how dominant they are. They're the best. Nothing wrong with getting beat by the best team in the league.
RW says it's definitely time for Tampa to goon it up a little. I think so too, but they haven't.
True.
I don't like where this is going, says Drew L. Yeah, 5-0, 5-0. Helm. Could it be 8-0 tonight? Shit. If I would have read that comment at that time, I probably would have said no. But at this point, why not? Why not? And I guess John Cooper just going to continue to let just Vasilevsky get shelled and let his shitty performance just continue on.
He's not the reason why.
Hockey says, dare I say Colorado's the next dynasty?
Here's the thing. It's tough to keep. Now, they're loaded with young talent. So they have a number of years.
Physical. They're not big. They're not physical. And guess what? When teams are out there playing at the same level and have the same intensity, that does not bode well. Dude, Tampa looks like they've been playing like, this is a regular season game. Colorado's been saying this is Stanley Cup Finals today.
Okay. The thing that stops teams from being dynasties is the salary cap and free agency. It's awful tough. Awful tough.
Huh. Matthew S. saying Vasilevsky looked like Swiss cheese. Yeah, thank you very much, Matthew. But no, Vasilevsky's look good tonight. Don't worry about it, bro. Vasilevsky's look good, right, Grumpy? He's look good. There's nothing he can do about those shots. Nothing he can do there.
Colorado's been really, really good today. It's Colorado. It's not Tampa.
Dude, he's played miserably tonight. He's played a shit game again.
14-2 in the playoffs. 14-2. 14-2 in the playoffs. I don't care what you say. You can say whatever you want. 14-2 in the playoffs.
Drew L says Vasilevsky's save percentage on the way down. Absolutely. John M says, boys, Helm got called up a rookie year and won a cup with Detroit. The next year he played in the AHL.
Still got his name on that cup.
Darren Helm. And then John Smith saying Avalanche is going to be sweeping Tampa along with the Rangers. Early exit. This is the best present for Islander fans. Tampa can't win next year, though, because 3 and 4 years is considered a dynasty nowadays.
Tampa Bay's run is over.
Hold on, they're talking about right now. Look where they're shooting the puck from. Same shot, same goal. They're shooting it behind the freaking face-off dot, and they're shooting it low blocker side. He got beat by an easy goal, an easy freaking goal by that. I mean, they're grilling his ass right now on ABC.
Okay. First of all, he was not grilling him. He was not grilling him,
baby.
He just said what it was. Ray Ferraro said. That's what he said.
Like
That's what he said. He wasn't grilling him. He didn't say that. Those are good shots. In between shots, well-placed shots. Period. Good shots.
He hasn't played well. He hasn't played well. He hasn't played well tonight. He's not the reason we're losing. He hasn't played well.
Okay.
Michael T says, I know what the problem is. Tampa's not used to the air.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Colorado's right. Though that's true. Colorado does have the,
at home altitude. This year in the postseason, Colorado is 6-2. On the road, they're 7-0.
I'm going to tell you what, though. That's a really astute observation. I know a lot in football. The Broncos, usually they say they have an advantage because teams come up and they're gassed in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's true. The higher altitude, if you're not used to it, it can get you at the end.
And maybe they gave up. But here's the thing. The odd thing about it is they had 2 days of rest. It wasn't like holy shit, man. Oof. Big check. My God. Big check by Johnson and freaking Tampa just looking like fuck. Tampa's they're just out there. They're just out there they say we're just here so we don't get fined.
Well, this game's over. They know this game is over.
My God, no heart, no fight. Still, you're getting your ass run off the damn ice.
So you're saying that what?
I'm saying goon it up, be physical.
Goon it up,
be physical.
You realize that's not really their type of team.
Set the tone for game 3.
Well, I'm saying they need to get physical, but not gooning it up. They're not a goon team. They're not a goon team.
Joseph C. Time to take out Vasilevsky. Let him regroup and get extra rest for game 3.
I agree.
Would have been nice. But he was okay. He said that at the goal 5.
He should have came out at the end of the second period.
Michael T says Corey Perry trying to be a goon, and poor Perry about to lose 3 cup finals in a row.
Yeah, he has won one though.
John Smith says maybe Perry can get traded to Colorado this offseason and try again.
I think you're going backwards, didn't you? Okay, I thought you've seen some of these.
This was from earlier. It accidentally because the comments got updated. Okay, TJ, I sent you the channel. Oh, link to horror films. Gotcha. Thank you, Drew L. Sal P. Everything is clicking for the Avalanche today. Things kind of snowballing for Tampa. I guess game 3 will tell us if this is going to be a short series or if Tampa can force a few extra games.
True.
I don't know. I'm not counting them out. I'm not counting Tampa out.
I don't see them win today. Whoever won today was winning the cup, in my opinion.
Okay. I think Tampa wins game 3 and 4. And I think you're singing a totally different, I don't know, it's a complete toss-up now. It's a tie series. That's what I think Grumpy's going to do because he does that. He likes to kind of change with the way the wind blows sometimes. That's what I'm saying. I'm predicting next to here you go, Grumpy. You call me Mr. Fence. You call me Mr. Fence Rider. I'm going to call you Captain Fence Ride, Grumpy, because after the Tampa Bay Lightning win game 3 and 4 and they go ahead and take the next game to Colorado, you're not going to know who to root for, Grumpy. You're not going to know who's going to win, Grumpy.
Actually, you could call me Freddie Flip Flop. But that could be a name because I flip-flop back and forth.
You're sitting on that fence flip-flopping back and forth.
I'm not sitting on the fence. I never sit on the fence. That's you. You're a fence-riding fucko. Matter of fact, you got splinters up your ass. You ride that fence so much. Not me. I'm always on one side or the other.
Don't throw him off, Grumpy. He doesn't know. He doesn't know that show or Tony Danza.
Have you ever heard of Tony Danza?
I know he's an actor, right?
I know he's an actor. Well, what was your clue? The fact that he was in a show?
Oh, Emily Kaplan. Emily K, Grumpy. She might be related to Frank K. Frank K's got better locks than Emily K does, though. So, Frank, if you're still listening, get better. Andrew Cogliano. My God, it's a name I hadn't thought of in a long time. David D. Ooh. Uh-oh. His hand's hurting him. Andrew Cogliano. David D says here, do you guys think Josh Bailey will be traded this offseason to any team, even for no return, just for free cap space for us?
I think he'll be part of a trade to bring in a defenseman. I think he will be moved and he'll be part of a package deal.
Brett W says, TJ, Grumpy is your father's uncle's sister's former roommate. Is that from Airplane?
Yes.
Okay. Shooters Puck Hockey says, I'm 21 and I know all the cultural movie references. Grumpy says, come on, TJ, get with the times. Also, happy 80th birthday to Sir Paul McCartney.
Man, do you know who Paul McCartney is?
Yeah, I know who Paul McCartney is. He's one of the members of the Beatles.
Can you name one song that he sang with the Beatles?
Yeah.
Name one.
Yellow Submarine.
No, did he sing that? Yeah, I think did he sing that?
Get the hell out of here.
I don't know if he did the vocal on that or not.
Michael T says, TJ, the character you look like from Central Intelligence is the actor's name, Ryan Hansen.
Was he bald?
Hope so. That would probably be an accurate representation.
See, you should pull that up now.
I'm trying to right now, Grumpy.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, hold on a second.
All right, what's the next comment? Put the next comment up there while you're looking for that.
Give me a sec.
Grump, you think butchering Braid is worse than defensive back Cooper?
Drew L, I'm gonna get you, Drew. I'm gonna get you for that one, you bastard. I'm gonna get you for that one, Drew.
B-R-A-D. Braid.
Here he is, right here, Grumpy. Ryan Hansen.
Oh, you know what? You do look like him a little bit. Look at that forced. Look at that. Well, actually, he's got more hair than you, but still, it does look like you a little bit. He's a little thinner.
Take that as a compliment.
Yeah, he plays a goof.
Anyway, and then Shirley, it's Tony She says, TJ has a potty mouth
That's
tonight.
right. You dropped a lot of F-bombs today, my friend.
John Smith said the Anders Lee of co-host. Hold on, Grumpy, did you say that bullshit? I'm the Anders
Yes,
Lee?
I did. Yes, I did.
I wasn't even freaking listening to you. You know what you are, Grumpy? If I'm the Anders Lee of co-host, you
Move on. That was like an hour ago. Move on. It's
That's
half hour ago.
Says here, I thought Avalanche in 6, but it's more looking like the Avalanche in 4.
I think the Avalanche will lose a game. I think Tampa's Tampa. Here's the thing: the games will be better at home. They'll play better in Tampa, but I don't see. I think Tampa's going to lose one of the two. I think it's going to probably go 5.
Ponyberg Curtis says, Kevin, the pissant Fiala.
Yeah, no, I don't want him at all.
Ponyberg Curtis also saying, TJ, put up the fucked up Islanders logo behind you. WTF. I got it on the ground. I don't know if it's going to fit.
What do you mean? It'll fit?
It's big enough. It's big enough. Yeah, why not? I'll do it. But I was just like, yeah, maybe I was going to paint something or do something. I don't know. Now I got more freedom with it. Maybe I'll do something else with it. Ponyberg Curtis also says, show Grump the picture of Mike Smith photoshopped you and send on Twitter. Hold on a second. Let's see here. He did send us a little picture. He wanted us to know if, let's see here. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Oh, I like the picture you chose as well, Ponyberg Curtis, for this one. He wants to know if Mike Smith looks like a big toe. Oh, shit. Damn it. Give me a sec. Let me try to do this. How did I get this up earlier? Oh, I'll share the screen. Give me a sec.
Game's almost over. You might want to put that picture up soon.
Give me a sec, Grumpy.
What a save. Vasilevsky, they're just making huge saves. I mean, here's the thing.
Glad he's showing up when the game's over.
I'm telling you. Oh, he's made tremendous saves all game out there.
He's made some good saves, but I mean, he's also letting some freaking weak-ass goals. Simple as that, man. You know.
Oh, my God. Another goal. Nothing he could do on that.
There's nothing you can do on that one. That's
Cale Makar. Another power play goal. Nothing. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
There's nothing you can do on that one. That's correct.
7. 1 more to 8. 1 more to 8.
Man, pull the goalie, buddy. Get him to 8. Get him the magic number 8. You think Mike Smith kind of does look like a freaking big. He looks like a nasty-ass big toe.
He looks like foot fungus.
I like the foot you chose, too. Like Lucifer Jones or Ponyboy Curtis also did a very good job when he picked this because he picked the nastiest, most grotesque-looking Mike Smith-type foot he could. But that's one you can't do anything about. I'm not blaming the goalie on that one.
I'll tell you what, Colorado's ability to pick spots on the net. I mean, she's like a shooting gallery back there.
Hold on. Did that go in between his glove and his pad?
No.
Underneath? No. You sure?
Yes, it went far side. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Snuck, I thought, underneath his glove.
Blank.
And maybe not. Maybe not. Fair enough. David D says here.
Guys, if Andrew Ladd was able to get traded, Bailey, that's better than him, can. If it's Lou wants to trade him or have him get his 10,000th game to play for one team, LOL, have his number raised to the rafters. No. Here's the thing. If he wants, you can move Bailey. He can be moved. There's no reason you can't. I mean, you got to get rid of somebody. If you want to improve the offense, you got to get some of the forward group out of there.
Vinny L says, I really hope that this puts an end to Vaseline the Great. You meant Vasilevsky, maybe you meant Vaseline Great.
If somebody said to you, I'll make a trade straight up Andrei Vasilevsky for Ilya Sorokin, what would you do?
Say no.
You're a fool. You're an absolute fool.
How am I a fool? How old's Vasilevsky? 30? Dude, Sorokin's 25 years old.
Yeah, I think he's like 28 or 29. Vasilevsky's better than Sorokin right now. He just is. Vasilevsky's the best goalie in the world, period.
He showed it tonight, that's for certain.
Yeah, Colorado showed him already. They did.
He showed it tonight, that's for certain. Nick D said, oh, how I miss Don Cherry. Grapes is an icon.
An icon? An icon? Is it icon, is he?
Icon. So I said, are you not able to listen?
You said it, and then you corrected to icon because you were getting ready to do another braid type bungle of a word.
You, Grumpy. Start
I don't know why 4-letter words give you such a problem.
I'm going to skewer your ass. Keep going, Grumpy.
Great, Rock'em Sock'em
your
was a
ass.
fantastic series of highlights. He's right. Don Cherry's Rock'em
got a
Sock'em.
comment.
Huge mistake for the Ducks to get rid of Perry. You know what? No, they were done. Lots of grumblings about Bavillier getting traded.
Grumpy, it didn't say getting. That says being traded, Grumpy. Go ahead, though. David D.
Today's NHL is about speed, speed, and speed. Lewis thinking it's the 1990s.
Sunday Sand.
LOL. That Luke Vader act was great, Grump. Even though you were acting with a piece of wood next to you.
I wasn't doing anything. It was just
exactly a piece of wood.
Well, hold on. No,
you could have been the star of Captain Marvel.
Part of the scene. How could I be acting like a piece of wood? I wasn't part of the scene. It was just you doing your own shit. That's fine.
The way your performance was like, you could have been the star of Captain Marvel.
Nobody told me I was performing.
Like a piece of wood, like a plank.
Ugh. Drew L's got a comment for you, Crump.
I took Italian in college. Class was a joke.
Michael T says,
my favorite Kubrick film is The Moon Landing.
Holes.
That's not it.
Christopher C's got a comment.
I've been attacked by Lightning fans the last few years. Nice to see Colorado destroying them. I like Christopher, man. I do.
Nick D got a comment saying
PJ is so ugly, he can be a modern art masterpiece. LOL. Full Metal Jacket is Kubrick's best movie, in my opinion. I tell you what, Paths to Glory was fantastic with Kirk Douglas. Just so good. Just great. Barry Lyndon, The Shining. My God, yeah, Full Metal Jacket was great. I mean, just so many good movies. 2001, Doctor Strangelove. I mean, just, he was a master. A master.
Is that not a hook real quick?
Oof.
Okay. Boom, baby. That's how you got to do it, buddy.
Yeah, you have to run them every single time. Get the elbows up. You want to take a run, you're going to have to eat stick.
Here's the thing. They should be doing that.
That's what they need
the shit out of them.
That's it.
You've got to change them. You're down 7-0. Run every single player, even if they don't run every single player with the freaking puck.
I mean, they've only had
at this point.
They've only had 14 shots on goal tonight.
They've been dominated. They've looked like shit, and Colorado's looked great.
I do think Colorado will come out. I'm sorry. I do think Tampa will come out and win the next game, though.
Tampa is winning the next 2 games, and it's going to be 2-2 going back to Colorado. Mark my freaking words. The series is not over. The team who wins this game isn't over. I'm telling you, Tampa Bay, it's different when you've been there, done that. Colorado is going to think, oh, boy, we just ran them off the freaking ice. I'm telling you, they're going to think they just ran them off the ice. Tampa is going to steamroll them in game 3. I'm talking about fucking steamroll, Grump.
Okay. We'll see.
Steamroll, Grumpy.
Steamroll.
I hope I'm not wrong.
The rating is 96.
Max P's got a comment for you, Grumpy.
Kubrick was one of the best directors of all time. Even if you didn't catch his name in the credits, you could always tell he was the director. Totally unique approach to filming. Absolutely. There's actually a Stanley Kubrick documentary, which has been on DVD before and Blu-ray, but it's also on YouTube. It's Kubrick, A Life in Pictures. Really good. I think Tom Cruise I think he did the voiceover for it. And they talked with a lot of people who were familiar with his career and his stylings. And I mean, he was just fantastic. Just really was. I mean, it's so underrated. All right, I won't say underrated, underappreciated by today's film goers. I mean, just think about how good movies used to be, and now the pieces of shit they put out today, honestly. It's all garbage.
So what movie are you watching first for this movie podcast?
I'm probably going to go with The Godfather.
Oh, my God.
How do you not go with the greatest movie of all time?
Oh
your
my
first
God!
podcast. How do you not go with the greatest movie of all time? Let's
watch Shrek. That'd be the first movie we're gonna do. Shrek.
How about? Here's the thing. I know you're a big fan of Kung Fu Panda. Maybe that's one of the greatest.
Panda. I got Master Oogway. Impo the panda with the whooshy finger hold. Kaboom, Grumpy.
Oh my God. Embarrassing.
And then Joel's got a comment here for you, Grumpy.
I bet you Fredo would trade for the pissant. I don't know what Fredo would probably want to give a starting spot to Casper Holmstrom.
David D got a comment for you, Grumpy.
TJ, don't worry. I'm in the same boat. Always going to the John. LOL. Really.
Max P's got a comment.
Hey, Nick. Love Full Metal Jacket also, but that's right. Clockwork
Black
Orange.
Love.
But Clockwork Orange is probably my favorite. Either that or Doctor Strangelove. Yeah, man. Clockwork Orange is another really great movie. And
Dude, that movie is so freaking weird.
okay. Like I said,
That's a Stanley Kubrick movie, huh?
yes.
That movie's weird as hell.
Weird. Here's the thing. His movies, it's too much thought for somebody
do
like
that one. We could do that movie. We could do that movie as the first one. Fucking awful. That movie is garbage.
Oh my God. I can imagine the comments. I can imagine the comments. I tell you what, my son and I will get on there. We'll bring TJ on. Not a problem. And it's just, my God, I can't imagine the vitriol that would come to you and to see a picture of TJ up there and say, he thinks that Clockwork Orange was, how did you describe it?
Garbage.
Well, a little more fisticuffs.
Boom, get a cross check right to seats. Boom, baby. You got to get physical.
Get in there. Mix it up. Got to do it.
Goalie. I need Vasilevsky to go over there and start pummeling guys. Vassy.
The only chance they have is to skate over the Achilles of Cale Makar and Nathan McKinnon and Niskutsin.
Niskutsin, Grumpy, if you could pronounce names. Grumpy can't pronounce names. What are you doing? It's Niskutsin, Valeri Niskutsin.
Yeah, skate over his Achilles. Guys like that. Next comment. Just like the overrated slugs from Madison Square Garden played an over-the-hill pit team, backup goalies in Carolina, and a very, very good Tampa team. True.
Cameron with the Cam says hi. And what's up, Cameron? And what's up, Corey? Cameron and Corey, what's up? John Smith said, I need to live stream TJ watching classic movies, not name Harold and Kumar.
We should do that. Do like you watch a movie and you do like a watch along. And it would be for TJ, my first time watching this movie. And it'll be any movie, honestly. Pick a movie he's never seen any. And do the first time you watch it and you see your facial reactions. I see a lot of those. And they're only like a half an hour. You actually have to watch the movie, though, the full thing. But, I guess it gets cut based on what you watch.
Brett W says, TJ, have you ever seen
the inside of a cockpit before? Have you ever seen the inside of a Turkish prison? That's also from Airplane.
I figured. And Drew L says,
Shirley, you must be kidding. I'm not. And my name isn't Shirley.
You go, Grumpy.
Grumpy. Do you take your coffees with cream or you take it black like your men? Yeah, that's right. Airplane reference. Les
Kanopka has got a comment for you, Grumpy.
This is a great lesson, and Lou would be a fool not to take notice. Well, you can't teach an really old dog new tricks. The NHL is all speed and a young man's game. Gosh, Les, where have you heard that before? He needs to make the necessary changes.
Yes. Cameron with the Cam says the Lightning, they're getting crushed.
They are getting crushed.
Max P says here, looks like
the wrong time to quit amphetamines. Looked like the wrong time to quit smoking glue. Looks like the wrong time. And here's the thing. Airplane, God, oh man. I even talked about it on another podcast where I watched a movie which Airplane was kind of based off of, which was a drama. And I watched it, and the lines are all there just like that movie, but it was played for laughs in Airplane. And I watched it as a drama, and it was still freaking hilarious. I cannot remember the name. It was on Turner Classic Movies, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. I'll have to look that up. But it was great, really great when you watch it as a serious, hey, we're playing it serious, including everybody. Oh, we're all sick. We ate the fish. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I had the fish, too. Everyone's getting sick. And they have to have some guy come down and land the plane. Hilarious. And watching as a drama is even better.
David E says, guys, how is this guy as interesting? How's this guy as an interesting trade? Move Josh Bailey, then trade for Max Pacioretty. Rumor is he might be available.
Again, he's in his 30s, and he's got how many more years left on his contract? He's not what we need moving forward. The team needs to get younger and faster going forward, not older and slower.
Matthew, I was about to say, Max Pacioretty hasn't been great. I mean, he's not. When you think of Max Pacioretty, I'm not thinking, oh, this guy's a bona fide top line winger. He's just not that. And we got a comment here by Matthew S. saying Makar is a beast. Andre Vasilevsky has allowed the most goals in any game of his career. That includes regular and postseason appearances.
Well, here's for Tampa. You could just look at this
game,
game.
baby.
For Tampa, if you go in there, it's like, all right, we're just burning the tape on this game. They're not gonna play this good going forward.
Okay. The effort level by Tampa hasn't been there. The defensive responsibility by Tampa hasn't been there. The fight by Tampa hasn't been there. No, this is not a game that you could burn the fucking tape on. This is a game where you have to say, wake the fuck up. We're down 2-0. We're down 2-0. They outworked us every single puck. They outworked us every single spot on the ice. They outworked us every freaking shift. I don't know.
They're really freaking good. Next comment. I can't wait to do a movie podcast. The more I think about it, the more fun it would be. Actually, I think that would be so popular. TJ's take on movies. Oh my God. Maybe we pull up what great reviewers say, what I say, what my son would say, and then TJ. It sucks. Godfather sucks.
It's good.
Too long. I fell asleep. I don't know. I had to look at my phone.
David D here said, oh, there we go. We already got that. Oh, hold on. David D says, wow, Colorado at this point may be the favorite to win the Stanley Cup next season as well. I could see it.
Didn't they lose in the first round last year?
They did. They got bounced by who?
I forget. But I think they lost in the first round whenever. I don't know. Maybe was it Dallas, St. Louis? I don't know. Didn't matter. They were the favorites last year too, coming out of the West.
Christopher C said, we as Islander fans should be taking notes on Colorado plays and hopefully adapt it into our system. What do you guys think? Yeah.
We don't have the players right now to play that system. It should be an organizational thing where, yes, we're looking for speeds. And I've said it before, right? Look at the teams. Look at the way the NHL is being officiated, is being played. It's speed, skill. Not so much we want to take out all the clutching and grabbing, the hitting, the teams that can skate, the teams that can pass, the teams that can shoot, the teams that play offense are the teams. That's the modern NHL. Unless you adapt, you're going to get left behind. And that's what you're seeing with Colorado, with Toronto, with Florida, with Carolina, with the Rangers, with Edmonton. They're all teams that can skate, and can put points on the board. I mean, that's what it's about. Scoring goals in the modern NHL. Just different.
Liskanaka says here, as long as it isn't the Rangers or the Leafs, let the best team win.
I agree.
I'll tell you, even on this power play, Colorado is still covering so much space, and Tampa's slow with the move. Tampa's not a team that's slow with passes. They're not a team that's indecisive, and they look that way.
Yeah, here's the thing. The majority of their players are on the wrong. They're very close to 30-year-old now.
Okay. So it was good all regular season, every other round of the postseason, but now Colorado,
they came in third in their division,
is all of a sudden the best penalty killing unit in the history of the game. Okay, I got you. Bro. I'm glad we're on the same page.
I'm not talking about this game. I'm talking about as a whole. They're not the same team they were the 2 previous years. They lost that whole third line. They lost some defensemen. I mean, they're a team in transition. They're an older team, had a lot of injuries. It just is what it is. I mean, that's not to say they're still the best team in the East, I think. But I'll tell you what, they were lucky to beat Toronto. I thought Toronto outplayed them for the most part. Toronto didn't know how to win. That's why they lost.
Yeah, Toronto team again. Toronto doesn't know how to win a playoff round.
That's right. They don't know how to win. And
not even just win; they just don't know how to win a playoff round. Period. I mean, winning would assume that hey, you're going to be successful beyond one round. I mean, they can't win a playoff freaking round. Period. Drew L says, TJ, I'm not going to try to start an argument, but when Vasilevsky is seeing 2 on O's or 2 on 1s, 3 on 2s, it's hard for a goalie to consistently stop those. I don't even think Sorokin stops those chances. Here's the thing, man. When they're all shots at the dot or freaking further back from the dot and they're beating you all in the same spot over and over again.
It was 2. It was 2, not over and over. He gave up 7 goals.
Over and over.
2 like that.
Over and over, Grumpy.
Oh my God. He made how many saves on those on breakaways?
He
too?
does not make saves
Oh
on
my
shots
God.
low blocker side. He hasn't done that tonight. His positioning is not on.
Let's roll through the comments. There's 2 minutes to go in the game.
Ben, what happened? The Colorado Avalanche. Cameron with the cam said, do you guys think the Lightning will make any moves if they lose?
They're going to have to make moves anyway because they're up against the salary cap. So they're going to have to make moves anyway. They're probably going to lose Palat. They're probably going to lose Palat this offseason. They got a lot of guys making a lot of money. That's what happens when you have teams that are a little bit older. Eventually, Colorado is going to be in the same boat.
John M says Manson and McCarr both scored low blocker side. Same spot, same shot, exact same spot on the ice. Great scouting. Poor positioning, and he can't stop the shot. Anyway, Drew L says here, theory, Corey Perry is the curse to Cup Finals. Whatever team he has, or he poisons them in Cup Finals.
He did win in Anaheim, though. So
Policy says Colorado in 5, TJ. No way. No way, I'm telling you.
I think it's very possible Colorado in
5. Matthew S. said, anyone think that Emily Kaplan look or is trying her best Harry Dune look? Oh my freaking God. She and ESPN equal awful. Who's Harry Dune?
I don't know.
Oh my God. Holy shit. He's from Dumb and Dumber. Hold on a second.
I didn't think she looked that bad.
He didn't look great. Jesus.
I mean, I didn't think she looked that bad. I mean,
hold on. She looked worse than Jennifer Bottrell ever did, or AJ Malesko.
I don't know. I don't remember. Final minute of play.
Big grump.
That looks like AJ Malesko.
Michael T says, fence riding, fucko. Yellow Submarine.
Okay, it was Ringo. It was Ringo. I was thinking in my head, I'm like, God, I said, was that Ringo or was that Paul? It was Ringo. Okay.
Ringo
So no.
What?
So no. Name a Paul. Name a song.
That's why I said it, because Paul wrote it.
Well, name one that Paul sang. Probably the most replayed song of all time. Da-na-na.
Love's an easy game to play. Dun, 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 I believe in yesterday.
Jesus
Christ. Yesterday.
Yes. You want to know what when he wrote the original lyrics, when he was, just doing the tune, you know what the name of the song was called?
What?
Scrambled Eggs.
Scrambled Eggs.
Just like that's what his first was, Scrambled Eggs.
It's the largest shutout in Stanley Cup Final, or the second largest shutout in Stanley Cup Finals history. The largest was the Penguins against the Minnesota North Stars in 1991, 8-0.
Yeah, those were all quick series too.
Drew L says, TJ is the poor man's Dave Vanderchuk.
Actually, he's the broke ass man's Dave Vanderchuk, co-host.
Yeah, I'll take that. You know what, Grumpy? Don't get me fucking started. Christopher C says, touchdown, Avalanche.
Yes.
That's true. Speaking of which, I don't think we even talked about the Islanders much yet. Yeah, we didn't. Well,
a little bit.
We just been shooting the shit. Cameron with the cam says, do you think the Islanders will make the playoffs this next year? I think so.
I think Boston's going to, just looking at their head coaching candidates, I think you'll see them take a step back, which should open up a spot for us unless some other team improves. So if we make no moves, probably not. We're going to have to make a couple of moves, though, if we really want to contend for a playoff spot.
I'm watching that again. That may have slipped underneath his glove when he lifted it up a second there, Cale McCarr. Anyway, Devon Taves better send Lou a Christmas card with him holding the cup.
Oh, good one. Like it.
Mm-hmm. Michael T said, I would not trade Sorokin for Vasilevsky. No way. Yep. Drew L said, sorry, Grump, I disagree with you. Youth prevails. We need to build a defense around Sorokin too. Let's Go Ounder says, Lou is getting fired if he doesn't do anything this offseason and or if we don't make the playoffs.
He should be. Absolutely should be. Everything that happens from here on out is on Lou Lamoriello.
We've got to make moves this offseason. I'll tell you one thing. If we make moves, right, I firmly believe, right, if we're a healthy team, we make the playoffs, no doubt. But if we sit on our hands, I'm a little concerned. I'm very concerned, actually. Matthew C says here, go Avalanche, total domination. Drew L says, how do you think about the Subway Series? How do you think the Subway Series fares out in July?
It's still a ways to go till it happens. The Yankees are playing unconscious right now. They're just, I mean, they hit every pitcher. I mean, like I said, even if the Mets lose that series, it's still regular season. Playoffs are different, and it's about pitching. I mean, it comes down to right now, the Yankees just hitting everybody. It's not going to be like that all year. Just not going to be.
Drew L says, listen, I do make fun of TJ's hairline and call him Adam Pellick, but he's definitely not ugly.
Oh, look at that.
Appreciate Drew L. He's back in good graces. Matthew C said, no way. Tampa is not winning 2 games. I'm telling you, they came back and looked dominant at the end of the first game. I really think they extended a lot of energy doing that, even though they had 2 days off. I just think that they just weren't there this game. Simple as that. Is it the Colorado air? Is it that, the higher altitude? Perhaps, maybe. I think back in Tampa, it looks a little different. That's for certain. What day does that next game happen, Grumpy?
Monday.
We're covering that game, by the way. By the by, we're doing that game live, Grumpy.
Another blowout. Okay.
It's going to be a Tampa blowout this time.
It'll be closer. The game will be closer.
Veritas Invictus says,
I'm going to tell you what. I don't know what.
Avalanche are not the Rangers, TJ.
That's true. Let me ask you a question, TJ. Did you think that the Avalanche were smart signing Cale Makar to like an 8-year contract when he was 21 years old? Do you think that was smart at $9 million per?
I'd say.
Well, he gets to be a free agent for the 2027-2028 season. He's got 5 more years on his deal. So that's what you get. And he'll be 28.
Yeah, I tell you. I mean, that's what we should do that with Noah Dobson. I'm not saying Noah Dobson is Cale Makar.
He's not Cale Makar-esque.
No, here's the thing. Noah Dobson's a bigger, more physical body. I'll tell you that much, though.
Tell me Noah Dobson wouldn't fit in perfectly with Colorado.
He fits in with
everybody.
In with type of style. Anybody who's a defenseman that plays that could skate and has offensive acumen fits in with today's style of hockey. It's the way it's moving. Drew L says, also, TJ, how's the vacation beard? I just kind of, I don't know. I'm probably going to shave it back down again this weekend. Who knows? Raging Bull.
No.
The Godfather, says Michael T.
I love Raging Bull. It is not better than the Godfather, Michael T. No, come on now.
And now the Tampa Bay and Colorado melee begins.
You know what I hate? You see some of these, the lady here, the mother took her child, looks like 3 or 4 to the game, and they have them wearing
muffles on their ears.
Please stop. Let him enjoy the process. He's not going to blow his eardrums out listening to one hockey game. Not going to happen. Honestly, it's embarrassing.
Cameron with the cam says here, not much. Thanks for asking, guys. How about you? I'm doing well. I mean, Grumpy was driving me freaking nuts earlier today, and we had some tech issues, but other than that, not bad. Not bad. And then Michael T says, TJ, did you spark up while watching Harold and Kumar? No, I just fell asleep. No drugs involved. Different Mind says here, the movie Airplane is based off of, is it Airport?
No,
right?
No, it's not. No, it's not. And I liked Airport too. Love Airport. That was the first disaster movie, was Airport back in 1970. Airport. Man, Burt Lancaster, Van Heflin, Dean Martin. Oh, man. Jacqueline Bisset. I mean, geez, the dialogue is clunky. Helen Hayes was in that. I don't know if she won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress or not, but man, oh man, that movie, I watch it. It's a guilty pleasure movie for me. I watch it every single time it's on. Matter of fact, I have the Blu-ray. I'm going to probably watch it tonight since someone brought it up. Just love that movie. 1970, great stuff.
Druel said, TJ, you wanted the Rangers to beat Tampa, and now you want Tampa to beat Colorado. I don't freaking get you. I'm happy as hell Tampa is getting shellacked. No, I'm happy they're losing too. Here's the thing. This is not the Tampa that we've seen in past, and this is not the Tampa that we saw in game one. Grumpy just sent me over the freaking edge today when he started doing that shit where it's like, oh no, this is just Colorado being the best Colorado. Because here's the thing. Grumpy next year is going to be singing how Colorado is going to be the next dynasty and doing that shit all over again.
No,
Because he's so quick to flip-flop like that.
that's not true. I say when teams are good, I always respect greatness. Right now, Colorado's a great team. Will they be the same team next year? I'll have to look at their roster to see how many guys they're going to potentially lose from a Stanley Cup. And it's always easier when you are hungrier, when you're pursuing the goal. When you're the hunted, it's a little bit different. That's what makes repeating so difficult. And losing guys to free agency, just different.
The other point I want to make is Grumpy's inability to say that Tampa played like shit today drives me nuts. You just think this is all just Colorado, man. It had nothing to do with how Tampa played poorly. This is just all how great Colorado is. Colorado played great, but they didn't play 7-0 great. Tampa said, how can we shoot ourselves in our pinky toe, every single damn toe we could?
Okay, here's some of the unrestricted free agents for Colorado at this offseason. Burakovsky, Cogliano, Helm, Kadri, Niskutsin. Why can't I say his name today?
Larry Niskutsin.
Yeah, him, Nico Sturm, Jack Johnson, Josh Manson, and Ryan Murray, who, let's be honest, doesn't get a whole lot of playing time, and Darcy Kemper. So they're going to lose a lot of guys. Without a doubt, they're going to lose a lot of players. Right now, they have only $25 million in cap space. That's an awful lot of players. So they're going to lose guys. This is their turn to win right here. Here's the thing. If they lose, look at the guys who performed super well today. Niskutsin.
Jesus Christ. Valeri Niskutsin.
Valerie.
What the fuck?
Right? Manson, Burkowski. They were great today. They were the guys who set the tone early. All those guys are free agents. They're probably going to lose a bunch of them. That's why it's so tough to repeat. Just very, very difficult. This is the year for Colorado. It's this year or nothing, really. They went all in, and it looks like it's going to pay off for them.
Cam with the Cam said, have you watched the movie The Party with Peter Sellers?
I have seen that. It's been, I want to say 15, 20 years since I've seen it. Yes. Peter Sellers. Do you even know who Peter Sellers is, TJ?
Oh, I don't know what this is.
Move on. He was the original Inspector Clouseau in the Pink Panther movies. He was in Doctor Strangelove. He was in The Mouse That Roared, playing multiple roles. Really good comedic actor. He was also in the movie Being There, I think, which was his last Academy Award nomination, where he played a man who was dim-witted and was a gardener for a really rich guy. Old man died, and somehow he becomes associated as maybe potentially the next president of the United States as being, and he was a simpleton. All he did was watch television. Just a very good character study.
Max B said a movie podcast would be outstanding. Do it, guys.
I like I said, my son broached the subject with me, and TJ, I'm sure we could include you. Not a problem there, but he's all gung ho for that, honestly.
Freaking movie podcast. Movies. Freaking movies. That's okay.
Who doesn't love movies?
Les Konopka says, not going to lie, it's going to sting seeing Taves lift the cup.
Not me. I'm happy for him. He didn't want to leave. They kicked him out.
Yeah, we're getting a whole bunch of spam comments earlier. Yeah, I just have to delete them one by one. Nick D says, Grumpy, if you think TJ can't last through The Godfather, imagine him watching Godfather Part 2, almost better than Part 1.
Two of the greatest movies of all time. The Godfather Part 2, man, some of the scenes, even Godfather Part 3, had a couple of scenes that are right up there. If they would have just given it 6 more months to let them really work on Godfather Part 3, I know they had the Christmas release date. They were rewriting up, as they were shooting it, which is always a mistake. They didn't pay Robert Duvall to come back to be Tom Hagen one more time. It would have been a totally different movie. But the whole, corruption of the Catholic Church and the mob, which was actually had truth at the time, was just, man, they really could have delivered on that. but they were just missing a couple of things. Winona Ryder was supposed to play Mary Corleone, and it wound up being, she dropped out at the last minute for some reason, and they wound up using, Francis Ford Coppola's daughter, and she was no actress. And the Andy Garcia character, there were just so many things that they could have done better. But you could just see there was a great movie with some shit piled up on top that if they just would have had a little bit more time to work on it, it could have been another masterpiece. It wasn't. But if you look at it today and you look at the shit that they put out on screens, it's like, man, that movie's good compared to the trash that they put out every year now.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe we'll do with the first one on TJ and the Grumpy Old Man or something. Maybe we'll
Path
do
of Glory, my favorite. Path of Glory was so good. So good. Man, I tell you, underrated. Spartacus. He did Spartacus too with Kirk Douglas. Oh, just a great filmmaker. Just great.
Max Power says TJ would never make it through 2001 Space Odyssey. First 45 minutes with no dialogue at all. Ugh.
Yeah.
No way.
It's funny. Yeah. I saw that movie with my mother in the movie theater back in 1968, 1969, whenever it came out. And it was so interesting. I mean, like I said, when you see movies at a young age, and for me, we watch Disney movies all the time, but, even not adult, porn films, but like films geared for adults. And, if you're into it at an early age, it just hooks you. And I mean, it hooked me watching movies even today. I mean, anytime I get a chance to see a movie, I'm like, yeah, I want to see that. I mean, I'm a hard critic on today's movies because honestly, I think for the most part, they suck because they're just not that good. I just think that filmmakers don't have the same freedom that they used to have, particularly in the 70s when they, took off the Hays Code and things just kind of took off from there. But just great movies. And it's just everything's based on the first week's box office receipts, superhero movies. And don't get me wrong, I like superhero movies, but some of them are good. And most of them now that are coming out, they just suck. I'm sorry. And I'm definitely not one for pushing a social agenda. Just entertain me. That's your job.
All righty. Nick D says here, Dumb and Dumber, the greatest comedy of all time. What do the rest of the groupies think? This is a pretty good movie. I watched that recently on the plane when we were flying to Cancun.
Ma, King, Bird. Yeah. Funny movie.
Yeah. Mockingbird. Yeah. Yeah.
You want to know what's the most annoying noise of all time? What?
Drew L said, when
Sam said Slappy. What was her name? Slappy, Slippy, Samsonite. That's it. It's the name of the suitcase. Samsonite.
Okay. Greatest comedy, The Naked Gun, or possibly The Burbs. Oh,
not The Burbs. No. Naked Gun was funny. Leslie Nielsen, funny. He was in Airplane. Leslie Nielsen. He was always a static character. He used to just be in dramas, but he played off that later in his career for the comedic roles, but he did the same things that he did in his dramatic roles, the same type of personality. And it was great. It was a hoot.
Matthew S. said here, this is squarely on Lou now. Touchdown for the Broncos. Michael T. says here, the Mets will have Scherzer and DeGrom back in July. Hopefully.
Probably, I think, after the All-Star break. I think Scherzer maybe before DeGrom, but they'll be both back after the All-Star break.
Shirley Tonichi said, I'd call TJ ugly when he's standing next to his wife. That's true. That's true. Then TJ thinks Airplane is a sequel to Airport.
It's not.
Hello, Tony. And then Drew L says, don't worry, Grumpy. I just caught a classic TJ blunder in 4K. Don't reveal it to him. I'll send it to TJ and the Grumpy Old Man tomorrow. Oh, God.
I can't wait. I don't know what it is, but here's the thing. He makes so many blunders. Who can tell?
Yeah. He was in Murder by Death. Love that movie.
Who was in Murder by Death? Oh, Peter Sellers. That's right. He played, that was a spoof on all the old detective dramas that they had in the 40s and maybe the 50s. Charlie Chan and Jessica Marble, whatever, Agatha Christie, and they were all, all those type movies. And they always, Nick and Dora, the Thin Man movies, and it was David Niven and Maggie Smith were in it. Just good. I mean, funny stuff. Truman Capote was in it. Nancy Walker. Oh, good stuff. Peter Falk played the Sam Spade character. Good stuff. Gina Rollins. Good stuff.
Surely, it's Tony G says, I don't want to brag, but it was my idea to have the movie watch along. It was. I remember Tony Cheese did say that.
I love doing movie watch alongs. Matter of fact, when I watch a movie with my family and it's a movie I've seen, they get mad at me because I just do that. That's what I do.
What do you do?
Shut up over there. We're trying to watch the movie. I talk over the movie. I'm like, yeah, watch it. Oh, no. Stuff like that,
Matthew S. says here, I have no problem with Taves winning the cup there. That's all management. It is.
True.
Paulo C said, hey, Jude, let it be. Don't let me down. Twist and shout. And she loves you. And I want to hold your hand. Those are all good songs, Grumpy.
No shit.
Surely it's Tony She says Stanley Kubrick has the best first acts in all of movie history.
Yeah, I'm telling you, his first acts in all his movies are really good. Great director.
Girl said, Grump, give Clay Holmes his credit. He's our best coach since Mariano Rivera.
Wow. Little too early for that, don't you think? A little too early.
Best since.
Okay, a little too early. I mean, what's he closed? Like 10 games? A little too early. And I'm not saying he sucks. I mean, I'm not going there.
I did see that picture where he is Mariano Rivera, so I'd have to agree with Drew L. Maybe he sent us that picture as a meme, but maybe he didn't. Paulo C said here the greatest comedy that comes to mind was What About Bob? But there were others too.
Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles was great. I mean, my gosh, Young Frankenstein to me is probably one of my favorite comedies of all time. Just played so well. Blazing Saddles came out. Mel Brooks had Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles come out the same freaking year, within 6 months of one another, and they're two of the top 10 comedies of all time, in my opinion. I like Young Frankenstein better because there's less, potty humor. Like the fart scene and stuff like that that's in Blazing Saddles. But they were both hilarious, just hilarious stuff. Man, Mel Brooks was really good. Not every movie was perfect, but he had a lot of hits as a comedy director.
Surely it's Tony Chi says, we'd have to pause a lot if TJ's going to watch it. There might be some logistical issues. No, we can't. Here's the thing. If we're going to do that, we can't press pause at all because we've got to make sure we all stay on the same point. So there would be no pausing at all.
No comment.
Brett W says, I agree, Grumpy. Young Frankenstein is my favorite comedy.
Every time that's on, I watch that. Every time.
Ugh. Anyway, Grumpy.
Ugh. Jeez.
Yeah. I'll be a good one to watch movies. Ugh, my God. Ugh.
Don't worry, we'll watch Kung Fu Panda or Holes.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda.
Sing the song for Holes, TJ. How does it go?
Digging up them holes, baby. I don't know the other words. Anyway,
I mean, there were just some great movie scenes. Like Coming Home had, man, just what a fantastic movie scene at the end. John Voight, talking to high school students after being paralyzed in the Vietnam War. It was what a powerful scene set against Bruce Dern, who came back home and winds up committing suicide.
Oh, good.
It's just so good. Just so good.
I watched a movie that you probably will know. It's about these 4 boys who are
Stand By Me.
Yes, yeah. I watched Stand By Me. These 4 boys that were going down the train and they wanted to go find the dead kid. And Kiefer Sutherland was,
Kiefer Sutherland was in it. He was a bad guy in that.
Yeah. I want to watch him. A good movie.
River Phoenix, Jerry O'Connell, Corey. Gosh, which Corey was it? Corey Feldman, and who was the guy who was on Big Bang Theory? Will Wheaton. Those were the 4 young boys who were going to see a dead body, and Kiefer Sutherland was like the bad guy. And it was a really good coming of age movie. It really was. Richard Dreyfuss did the voiceover for that. Really, really good. And it's, like I said, really good coming of age movie. Rob Reiner directed that.
It was a good movie.
Was good.
And Frank K said, known fact, the title walk this way from Aerosmith came from Young Frankenstein.
Walk this way. He's like, no, like this. You know what I'm talking about, TJ? No. Yeah. I don't think
Anyway,
so.
Grump, man, we're here at the end. I don't know.
Here,
Grumpy,
I'm just gonna do one
get
scene.
in touch with your get in touch. We'll figure out if we're gonna do some movie watch along thing. If we do, it's gonna be on TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. So make sure you're subbed to that if you want to catch it. Maybe we'll do it. I don't know. This could be fun. That could be fun. Maybe we'll do that. That could be fun.
Be careful the staircase. It can be treacherous. But I love when he's Terry Garr. He comes to Transylvania, Gene Wilder, and he's taking Terry Garr out of the whatever the cart that they're riding in, and they were laying in hay, and he's picking her up, and they go to open doors. He says, "Oh, what knockers?" And she goes, "Oh, thank you, doctor." Hilarious.
Lowbrow humor.
You know what? But it was not lowbrow. If you actually watch, it's not lowbrow.
I would expect somebody as unsophisticated as you to find such a low hanging fruit as funny. Grumpy.
I dare you not to laugh and smile at that movie. I guarantee you laugh and smile.
It's Shirley Tony. She says, "Thanks for the content, guys." Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, there, Tony. Always. Maybe
we will be back tomorrow.
We will on TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. We'll be back tomorrow. But Grump, thanks for being here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's a little different today. We just wanted to cover some Stanley Cup Finals action. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and thank you, Grumpy.
My pleasure, carrying yet another blowout.
Oh my God! All righty, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you, Grumpy.
My pleasure.